Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab.
Hello.
It is time for some Wednesday Night Dynamite and some...
a little bit of NXT.
NXT.
Yeah.
They don't really have a name for their stuff, do they? It's just called NXT. Unless it's pay-per-view, then it's like a takeover event.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push this.
We're doing some AEW right now.
Yeah, but we're going to do the audio with AEW, but we will keep you up to date on what's happening on NXT.
And all that fun stuff. But we're on here for AEW Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling Dynamite on Wednesday.
Right?
Yeah.
Trying to be, at least.
Looks like they're from Boston, Massachusetts
Yeah, it's in
this
Boston,
time.
Massachusetts tonight. It's
Nice.
Dynamite. It's 10/9/19. We got Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, Excalibur.
Nice.
The same old group. We got some matches planned for the night. We got a first round match in the tag team tournament. I'm assuming that'll be crowned at their next pay-per-view, Geared Up or Geared
Right.
Go or whatever the heck it's
Yeah,
called.
exactly.
Anyways, the Young Bucks and Private Party. Pretty sure they're the ones with the dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
And the guy, the little guy.
Yeah, that guy, the Jungle Boy guy and all
Yeah.
those. Yeah. Looks like we got Luke in the chat. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
Thank you.
Is he clearing it up?
Yep, he's clearing some stuff up.
Thank you.
Somebody didn't want to be in here because they don't want to watch along, and he said, "Okay, don't watch then." And they said, "Okay, bye." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, let's try to get rid of all that trash.
Looks
in there,
like
but-
we've got some interesting stuff going on. That Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin.
Yeah, that
Oh, hey, are those two guys that we kind of watched some of that Jimmy Havoc? He was that guy in that three-way that we watched. It was crazy.
Right.
They had like
It's weird
staples
saying
and
three-way.
tacks and there was three men wrestling,
It was a wrestling event.
which sounds
Anyways,
really
we
weird.
got
Anyways,
Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc. The winner wrestles the champion next week, which is Chris Jericho.
yeah.
And so that's happening next week.
Nice.
So the winner of that one will happen next
So
week.
it looks like we're gonna have some quarterfinals for the World Tag Team Championship tournament.
Okay, so maybe
Young
Private
Bucks
Party
versus
isn't
Private
those guys.
Party.
So I was wrong.
Okay.
I'll figure it out as we go. Hangman Page and Dustin Rhodes will be wrestling Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
Oh, okay.
Happening tonight.
Huh.
We got a
Interesting.
women's tag team match also with Riho.
Yeah.
She's also in it, but
Nice.
it's Britt Baker, MD, and they're tagging up against Bree Presley and Emma Sakura.
Huh.
So
Okay.
that should be interesting. We'll be getting the names down so I don't have to use cheat cards here
Right.
pretty soon. but-
Nice. Yeah. Let's see. So we got the Fiend Bray Wyatt in the chat. Hey, bud.
I've
How are
seen
you?
He was in there a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Look.
Nice. He says, I actually got to meet Chris Jericho here in Columbus, Ohio when he was with Fozzy.
Nice.
Nice.
That
That's
is awesome.
cool. And then we have Vasuhan back. Hey, nice
buddy.
to see you back in our stuff.
It is nice to
Good
see
to
you.
see ya. And now we have the real Fiend is here. So we still have both
we got
our
Fiends.
Fiends. We have the Fiend Bray Wyatt and we have the Fiend.
So, you guys didn't tell me you had a match after Raw went off the air. Well, you didn't really have a match, but so right after Raw ended, Fury knocked out Cesaro.
Oh, yeah?
And then when he came back to, well, he tried to fight for a second, but he was all stiff-legged. Anyways, when he came back to, the Fiend, mandible claw. So Cesaro got rocked after Raw.
Oh, Cesaro got beat up by some weirdo guy, and
boxer
then
Tyson
he was attacked by the Fiend.
Yeah.
Jeez, the
Right
Fiend
after
going
we went
after
off the
poor
air.
Cesaro. Yeah, you guys attacking him. That's terrifying.
Nobody knew. Faking injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. That's the Young Bucks. That's starting with the Young Bucks match.
Wow, they're starting out with their tag team stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, cool beans.
I'm okay with that.
Well, while we're waiting for them to come down to the ring, what do we got going on in NXT? Looks like they're doing something with a belt.
Yeah, it's the 25. It's the 205 championship belt, the cruiserweight belt.
Oh, they're doing it on NXT?
Yeah, they put it on there.
Wow,
So
that's
it's-
crazy. Remember when it used to be the beginning of the pay-per-views? Oh, wait, shh. We're not supposed to talk about the pay-per-view that happened.
Right.
That's on the down
Very
low.
quiet. Drew Gulak versus Leo Rush. Now, if you remember, Leo was the one that was the mouthpiece for Bobby Lashley on WWE.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of a little guy who was kind of
Yeah,
annoying
I
sometimes.
think I kinda
liked
remember
him. I
that.
dug him. He's a pretty good talker.
Nice. that part. That would kind of get annoying after a while.
Anyways, we got the Young Bucks in the match, so now we're waiting for Private Party. And why do I call it a match instead of a ring? That's the question I have to keep asking myself.
I don't know why you call it they're in the match instead of the ring.
Yeah,
they're in the ring right now.
They're in the match.
For a match.
Right.
Looks like we got some new people in.
Oh,
Corey
good
V.
deal.
Hey, Corey says he's from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Nice.
Wow. That's a good deal.
Let's see. Nice to see you in our chat.
Did it snow up there too?
Right, we had some snow today.
We got snow where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's all white outside.
Snow. It's weird. It's October, right?
Yeah. It's the 9th of October and we're snowing. I remember when it would snow on the 10th or 11th, but never the 9th.
Yeah, sometimes I can see that.
It's just the first snow. It'll go away.
Right. Oh, it will. I'm sure it'll start getting a little warmer
You
and
got
stuff
plenty.
like
Just
that.
pull that wherever you want.
Oh, I just want to be able to see it. That's all. I'm blind tonight.
No
I suppose.
problem.
Oh, let's see.
We're still waiting for Private Party. They're taking their time.
Private
NXT
Party.
just went right to the action. We're like halfway through that match with Gulak and Rush.
Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
it looks like Rush is kind of choke him out right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, right down onto his stomach.
Just threw him like a bag of potato chips.
So, I thought he got punished, Rush, but I guess they just wanted him back down in 205.
Oh, well, there you go.
I thought it was good for him to be a the mouthpiece / manager for Bobby Lashley. It was good for Lashley.
So we have somebody in the chat called this expletive deleted ing guy. He said sup. Sup. And then
We'll try not to delete you.
Luke's saying, so Forbes, Business Weekly, and New York Times have reported that a preliminary no confidence vote was had by WWE shareholders for Vince, and he lost, which now means Vince has 90 days to fix it, or face an official vote of no confidence, which could be bad for WWE.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see what happens there. I guess what's the problem? Is the ratings down? Because
Right.
their ratings were still at 2.2 million on average for Monday, which was down 10%, but that pay-per-view was awful.
So Corey in Winnipeg says it's just raining snow by tomorrow, though, they say. Ooh, bummer.
Right?
Are we
That's
going
all
to
right,
finally
though.
get the match started on...
Here
Oh,
we go.
AEW's match has finally started.
AEW.
Yeah. So we've got... What are they called?
Private Party?
Yeah, that guys. Those guys. I'm like,
Yeah.
who are those guys
I'm
again?
excited for this one because I want to get to know everybody. I want to get to know all you guys at home too, but I want to
Corey
know
wants us
everybody
to
in
give
there.
a shout out to his son. I hope I say it. Is it Kale? Like
Careful.
C-A-L-E?
Is it a real person?
I don't know.
Make sure we're not getting...
Are they
we had one of
real?
those once and it ended up being something nasty, so...
C-A-L-E.
Kale?
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 I'm going to go with that. Hey! Hey, Kale!
Like, subscribe, and watch us every week.
Right? We've
We're
got...
on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 Eastern.
Yeah, we've got Marcus Towers. Hey, Marcus.
Hey,
Nice
Marcus.
to see you back. Let's see.
We got 2 matches going on at the same time. We got
Private
NXT
Party
and
doesn't seem like they're very interested in what's going on, so...
No, they're a little distracted. Got the Young
Maybe they're
Bucks,
just distracted by themselves.
little backdrop.
Now, so is this is so that they get a chance
This
at
is
the
just-
tag team belts, right?
Well, yeah, the winner of this moves on. This is the
Oh.
first round.
Okay.
This is a big tournament.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going with the Young Bucks on this one. I don't know about all you guys at home, but
Are you going with Private Party or the Young Bucks? Who is it gonna be? Let's see. The Fiend Bray Wyatt wants to know, is Jon Moxley fighting tonight? Yes.
he is. Absolutely.
He is fighting tonight. He is fighting. Who is he fighting?
Got my cheat cards here. Oh, Shawn Spears.
Shawn Spears. That's who
Remember
he's...
old 10.
Right? And then Vasuhan says, I can't wait for Seth Rollins to get his balls booed off.
Right? When's he coming? Maybe
Right?
put him on.
If they ever come back, that's funny. Luke says the problem was that by 12:01 a.m. Monday after the pay-per-view, WWE Network lost 38% of its subscribers. Ooh. Ouch.
38%.
Oh. Thanks, Corey. Good. I really like to say people's names correctly because I have a different name and it's one of those things that, you know, people mess it up all the time, so.
Yeah, we had to do a shout out, like, it was like our 4th or 5th or 6th show or something.
Yeah.
And somebody did that, but they made us basically try to say a racial slur.
It wasn't very nice.
It was Nick, and then like what a lion does, growl. But anyways.
Yeah.
So make sure I have to say everything first, so we don't be dropping some racial slurs in there.
On accident, because we don't know anybody.
Well, because I just listen, I don't think, and so, oops.
And I'm just reading along. I'm just the reader here. All right, so
oh wow, did you see that?
So Corey
elevation?
V is going for the Young Bucks. They're going to be the winners too. So
Yeah.
you guys are both on the same page. Whoa!
Wow.
So these guys are pretty high
private
flyers
party.
too. Like
Look at that.
Dang! So
That's an athlete. Oh, he was supposed to get up there, I think, but that's cool. That was awesome.
Wow. So he
this private party is athletic.
flipped out of the ring onto one of the Young Bucks.
He did it 3 times.
Then he jumped back in the ring, ran across the ring, went over the top rope, and flipped onto the other Young Buck.
Frog splash.
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought he had him right there.
Wow. Ooh, Marcus Towers is going for private party.
Yeah.
We have Brandon in the chat. Hey, Brandon, nice to see you, bud. How's your grandma doing?
Don't get that personal in there, but yeah.
I didn't say her name. I just want to know how his grandma's doing. She was in the hospital. He said it in the chat last time.
I get it. I talked to him privately, so his business isn't out there. But
he can say if she's doing okay or not.
Just one word answers.
He says, I love watching AEW. I miss Barbecue Man as a commentator.
Right?
There was a guy named Barbecue Man.
Barbecue Man is JR, Oklahoma. He's got his own barbecue sauce.
Oh,
He's on there.
Okay. I'm like, who? Yeah, I don't know these people.
Listen to that. Tony Schiavone. I can't get enough.
That's funny. Luke's letting us know, and WWE released its weekly injury report. 24 stars are on it, which could explain the crappy pay-per-view. No excuses for them. But if that many are hurt, it makes sense for the pay-per-view to be a mess. Yeah, but I guess it would just depend on what they did for the pay-per-view, because part of them were part of the pay-per-view that were injured after the fact.
Why couldn't they just shorten the pay-per-view to 3 hours and fill in all those little gaps, the waitings, and just make it exciting with what they had?
Yeah.
They didn't need to do a 4-hour event.
Right? That was crazy.
Not to mention the pre-show, so 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Right?
And then they put the pre-show match at the beginning of the pre-show instead of the middle or the end.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah, this match is exciting.
Ooh, 2 count. Wow, right into another.
Now he's got him in a sharpshooter, yeah. Scorpion Deathlock.
He's like, I'll make you tap out. Even that crowd's really into it.
This crowd's way into it.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt says, do you guys like Jeff Dunham? If so, who is your favorite? He's the guy with the puppets. The ventriloquist guy.
I kind of like the little purple guy. What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
Darby or something.
He said she's better, and damn that powerbomb.
Right?
Good to hear.
She's getting better. Wow, I was going to text you just right before we went on, but I got busy.
Good to hear.
And she wasn't here.
Peanut. Brandon's letting you know Peanut. Nice.
Yeah.
And the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
I do like the old
Brandon,
man,
and the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
I do like the old man, though, too, Walter.
Right?
Walter's pretty funny.
Walter is pretty funny. Corey V is letting us know. It sounds like a Bart Simpson pranking Mo. Right? Calling him up. Is somebody there? What's his name? So, Marcus Towers, I'm loving this production for AEW. The videos, shots, non-stop action, and lighting is perfect for them. Even the liveliness of the crowd overshadows the few empty seats. Yep,
Right.
It's good.
Absolutely.
And I'm surprised they have empty seats.
They
Most of their
sold
venues
out.
have been sold out.
They sold out in like 5 minutes for this show.
Wow.
So, well, maybe it was a half hour. Anyways, it was really short.
Time. Holy crap, they double kicked him. That's not very nice.
But they went to a smaller arena, and so I think a lot of mainstream wrestling fans that don't know AEW much,
right,
look at it and say, why aren't they going for big venues? Are they that small? Maybe I don't want to go with them. Maybe I don't want to follow them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think it's more along the lines of they're just trying to make sure that if they stick their toes in the water, they're not going to drown.
Right. Their show in Washington, D.C. that they got coming up is in a small arena that only holds 4,000 people.
Holy crap.
And so it's like, are they trying to get intimate with their fans, or are they worried that they're not going to sell out those big basketball stadiums?
There's no way they're not. If the last one they had was 20,000 and they sold out like immediately, and I don't know how many what this one is.
Right, I don't know exactly where they're at.
Ooh, the Fiend Bray Wyatt's watching some MLB, and the Cardinals just won 13-1 over the Braves.
Yes.
No, are you kidding
excited.
me? Shit.
13.
There
Is that what
goes
you
my
just said?
yeah, 13-1
I was gonna
over
check
the
it, but I was
Braves.
being way superstitious that if I checked that they would lose.
Oh, thanks for the update. You must know we're MLB fans.
I did not want to watch it. I was so terrified that the Braves were going to win.
Right?
I was like, if I turn it there, the Braves will win.
You're funny.
I'm super superstitious when it
What's
comes to
happening
baseball.
in the match?
Yeah. Right?
Who is? So the private
Young
party
Bucks,
guys.
this
Do you
match
know
is
their
actually-
names?
I don't, and that's why it's hard for me to call it. I don't know either one of their names. I don't even know their names to say which one is this one.
Right.
I just know that they're private party. There's a big
So
kick.
guy in
No, let's not do.
he's a guy, and he's in
get
a
it.
pink.
They're both in pink.
Hey,
Like the
no,
vest.
he's like in a jacket vest.
Right, like
guy
the,
in pink
like the
jacket
gentleman's
vest.
jacket. There's a spear. 1, 2. Oh,
Ooh.
2 and
So
a half.
what's the Young Bucks? What's the brothers' name? Nick and what are they named?
And that is the 15 years.
See, I don't even
I
know
know
their names.
Nick, and then I knew the other one until you said Nick first,
Oh.
because you say the other one's name first.
Oh, I see.
It'll come to me.
Luke says apparently Bray, Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, AJ, KO, and Roman, among the others, either have injuries from the pay-per-view or went in injured but was cleared. For example, minor injuries. Right.
Just nagging things. But I'm assuming everybody would have nagging injuries at this point. of the year.
Right? I have a nagging injury. Marcus Towers says they actually get more in return for booking a smaller venue.
Is it
I'm
Matt?
sure they do.
I think it's Matt. Isn't
Is
it?
that maybe?
Matt and Nick?
Matt and Nick, maybe?
Maybe not. Look
Wow,
at that.
he just does
Double
flips
soccer,
like from his feet.
a double soccer style kick. That's like the Pele kick, but with both legs.
Crazy.
There's the hot tag. Oh, he's going up top right out of the gate.
Huh.
A double drop kick or single drop kick on 2 dudes.
Wow.
Lio Rush just won the NXT Cruiser. Well, I guess not the NXT, but the
The
Cruiserweight.
205 Cruiserweight
Yeah.
Championship. He won?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lio Rush is your new 205 champ.
Dang. That's craziness.
Trust me, I'm not watching that, but he is your new 205 Cruiserweight champion. I guess you don't have to say 205, it's just Cruiserweight, right? With NXT.
Yeah.
He's in NXT. So I'm assuming they're putting the 205 guys in NXT.
I guess.
I don't know what's happening over in NXT, but Lio Rush just won the Cruiserweight title on NXT.
It's the new NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Lio Rush. Woo!
Good for him.
Who was the other guy?
Gulak.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, my cheat sheets.
With the silly string. Silly string.
Look
Did
at
they,
that
like,
backdrop.
spray silly string at
Back
them
up.
or something?
What, the
Holy
guy won't
crap.
let go? Is that what's happening here?
I guess. I don't know.
So
They're
is it Nick Jackson's move? Oh, he's doing both of them.
Oh, wow. Holy
1,
Hannahs.
2. Oh, you're going to pin both of them, homie.
Private Party's like, nuh-uh, man. Not happening. That's crazy. Basuan said hurt heel. I'm guessing to maybe something that Luke was saying about the guys.
Lost their hurt.
Marcus Tower says, didn't the Cardinals score 10 runs in the first inning?
Wow, I should have turned it there. I would have been all ecstatic. Except for then the Braves would have made the best comeback in history.
You're funny. Corby says, what is your thoughts on Kenny Omega?
I love Kenny Omega. Him and Moxley. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen in the Spears Moxley match tonight is Omega's going to get involved.
Interesting.
Because they're going to try to push Spears. I mean, they didn't just bring him there to be a guy that loses every week because he's already lost. So obviously, he's not going to lose again to Moxley tonight, right?
I would hope not, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah, it's not the WWE. They're not just going to bury everybody.
Right?
Look at him. He's got that locked in the ring. There's no help coming.
So...
Nick and Matt.
Nick and Matt. So the
Oh,
Fiend
he
Bray
got out
Wyatt
of
says, yeah, they did score like 10 in the first inning. Wow, that's crazy. And Harry Hanks in the chat. Hey, Harry. Nice to see you. He says, yo, just thought I would stop by and say hi since I'm not really into NXT or AEW.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for stopping by. That's awesome.
Stick around for a few minutes.
Yeah.
We got a new NXT 205. You watch 205 by chance? Anyways,
I don't know.
Leo
The
Rush is your
Cruiserweight
new
title.
champion.
For the Cruiserweight title that happened on NXT.
Hurricanrana Power or DDT. Pile driver. I'll get it right one of these times.
Whoa.
I don't know what that was. But that was awesome.
Holy Hannah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, so he flipped, grabbed him by his
it was like
head,
a
and then
and then he flipped him in the air, and the other guy freaking RKO'd him out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
That was awesome.
That was crazy.
It's over right here, right?
Maybe. I don't know. High flight,
gotta
crazy
be over.
people.
1, 2. Oh, he kicked out.
He kicked out. No way. That was crazy.
That was Matt that just kicked out of that. He got hit.
Insane.
Oh, the other guy was the one that got hit with that RKO.
Right, yeah.
So he got knocked out.
Yeah, so he's out of the ring on the ground, hanging out.
This guy's kind of losing his cool, but he's doing some kicks and hits. Okay, Matt's got him. That's going to flip him over into a pile driver.
I guess. Oh, no, not going to happen.
Oh, he's got him. It's over. Private Party wins it.
Private Party won?
Private Party wins it.
What?
Wow, Matt got
That's
pinned.
crazy. I didn't expect that at all.
I guess that's how you take away the rumors that you might be trying to push yourself.
Right?
You lose in the first round.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, they don't
The
look
Young
very
Bucks
good.
just lost. Matt Jackson just got pinned.
He's like, what happened? What do you mean? I thought it was only a 2 count. Huh, crazy. Alrighty. So Luke says, I'm trying so hard to get into AEW, but for some reason I just can't connect. And Marcus is saying that was nice for that move. That was a pretty cool move.
Was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Like the Hurricanrana / RKO. I'm sure there's another name for the RKO, but
right?
it's not a neck breaker and it's not a DDT, but
nice.
the Private Party's all up in the stands.
Saying hi to peeps, drinking some water.
Well, they're around.
Throwing
Now
water
they're
on
going moving on to
people.
the second round.
Nice. That's
So are they just
cute.
going to do one match a week, and then it's all going to boil down November 9th at their Full Gear. Full Gear is what the name of their press review is.
Oh, okay. Full Gear, huh?
Full Gear. So Full
All
Gear
right.
is the name of their paper. Look, we got Finn Balor back down in NXT or over in NXT, and that sounds like it's legit. I watched a mock draft on the WWE's YouTube page today.
Oh, yeah?
And it was about an hour and a half or whatever. They had Dolph Ziggler on there, and they had the referee in the Bray Wyatt match. They had who else was in there? They had somebody else in there. It was pretty fun. It was pretty little entertaining little thing. They had a thing in the chat where if you chatted, like if you said a word, you had to
Right.
wait 2 minutes before you could chat again. Like
Oh, really?
before you could. What is that called? It's not called chat. It's called message, maybe. Before you could message again.
Right?
She used to do it. I figured she'd know the name of it. But anyways, you type your words in there, hit send, and you had to wait 2 minutes. There's a little timer that went around the little play button, and then so you couldn't if you messaged and they were doing their picks. They did a mock draft. They did 10 picks each. Braun Strowman didn't even get picked in their mock draft. These are just people.
Right.
But it was
right.
pretty funny. It had your Toasty Marshmallow in there. She was leading it.
Nice.
And then it had some other people that I didn't know. And then Devon Dudley showed up, and he was on the one guy's team. I think they're reporters or something. Maybe they're writers for the WWE Network.
maybe.
I don't
Okay.
know who these guys were. And one guy was their Twitter guy because he kept telling, they were voting on Twitter on who would go first in the draft and who, who they wanted. And so I wasn't on Twitter, so I wasn't following it, so I don't know what was happening on the Twitter sphere. But I was watching the mock draft thing. It was pretty funny.
Huh. All right.
But Braun Strowman didn't get drafted. Dolph Ziggler didn't get drafted, and then they had him on. And
That's
he was like, Devon's like, I was just about to draft you.
Lies! Lies! Lies, all lies!
It was pretty funny.
That's funny. So Marcus Towers' AEW prediction record 1-0-0.
Right? 1-0-0.
Because he picked Private Party to win that. Brandon says, I've been watching TNA too, and damn, that TNA has been super good.
I haven't watched TNA wrestling for a while. I probably got 40 episodes recorded.
Wow.
Because I don't ever look at it.
You should probably delete the old ones and just watch the last couple.
Right? Or just try to get back into it. I think they have the intergender wrestling. Not really into like a girl wrestles a dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really into that stuff.
That'd be kind of weird, I guess. So Private Party has been in the crowd this whole time because they went to a commercial.
And then did picture-in-picture
on
Private
AEW.
Party.
So now they're kind of back with their stuff.
Yeah,
so
they went back to
commercials
full screen.
are done. But yeah, so Private Party was literally in the crowd that whole time just hanging out with people, which is kind of cool. Marcus Harris says, I can't wait for Randy Orton to tweet about that Hurricane RKO.
I hope he does.
And Brandon's like, good, keep Finn in NXT. So Brandon's very happy about Finn Balor being in NXT. And Corey V is letting you know that RKO is a glorified diamond cutter.
Well, I know that one too, but I figured it was called something else before those two, before Diamond Dallas Page or
Randy Orton made it into something else.
I figured it was called something. I just can't remember my 80s wrestling too much. The wrestling so we got Jericho right now.
Out with his peeps.
He's got a whole gang.
He's got a gang of peeps out with him.
Mr. Chris Jericho. So this is a tag team match.
So the Fiend Bray Wyatt's letting us know he's playing some NBA mobile, and he's playing as the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he just murdered the Atlanta Hawks 55-19.
That's how you do it. Hey, by the way, we got to 100 subscribers, so we are going to do some sort of giveaway. I figure we'll do it kind of in November. I was thinking maybe even at Survivor Series, we could do some sort of a giveaway for it, like as a celebration to all you guys. So there'll be no like special, you guys won't have to buy anything, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of sites, what they do is they say, if you become a paid member, which we don't even have that option,
right?
But if you become a paid member, then you're automatically entitled to be in the raffle or something. That's called gambling, and that's illegal. So if you see a site that does that, you can report them.
Yeah.
And it is against their state's lottery laws. But anyways, we're not doing that. It's all free. So you guys just obviously have to be a member. Oh, I guess you don't even have to be a member. But I think we're going to do it November 24th.
You have to at least be a subscriber.
But what we want is ideas on what to give you guys. Try to keep it like under $100 or right around $100.
Yeah. The Fiend Bray Wyatt says, gotta go. Talk to you both later. All right, see you, dude.
Right,
have a great night. See you later if we do. If not, we'll see you next time.
Look at Jericho on the mic.
Jericho is on the mic.
Listening a little bit.
What's he talking about? What's he saying?
The highest rated premiere in TNT history, and it's all because of me.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Thank
You are
you.
special. So we
Thank
got
you.
somebody else in the chat, TJ Perkins. Yo.
Hey, TJ.
How nice to see you. And I don't know if this is the same person, but we have another person called TJ Cash in the chat too.
Lots
that says,
of
I came
TJs.
to collect. Not sure. And Luke wanted to congratulate us on the 100. Woo!
Yeah, and growing. So I think on November 24th, we'll be doing a giveaway. So make sure that you guys are all here. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to. You can still get whatever that we're deciding to give away. Hey, Luke, your girlfriend's on NXT right now. That's the one he likes.
Ray Ripley.
Yeah.
Rhea or Ray?
Rhea
Ripley, hanging out on NXT.
He's the one that he got mad at me when I said she looked like Lacey Evans in WWE. You gotta remember, she didn't look like that, and Lacey didn't look like she does now.
Oh.
Can you tell a similarity a little bit?
Oh yeah, I can see it a little bit.
She's full-figured, but in a sexy way.
Yeah.
What's that called? Voluptuous?
Voluptuous, yes.
Voluptuous.
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 Oh, yeah. Let's see. Corey V said, Winnipeg's finest, Mr. Jericho.
Right? Canada.
And not only is he a teenage heartthrob, he's one of the greatest performers
Guevara.
I've seen at his age in a long
So it's
time.
Guevara.
He's athletic, he's acrobatic, he is simply
And Jericho.
amazing, and he is on my list.
He's on his list.
Oh, he's got the list.
He's got the list back? Oh my god.
He needs the actual clipboard, though, if he's going to have the list.
And then look at these two psychos beside me right
You
here.
made the list.
Oh, he's saying that he likes Ripley, but you were talking about Tony Storm.
Oh, Tony Storm, that's right. Never mind. I'm forgetful. That's right.
There's so many names.
Tony Storm's another blonde. So she looks even more like that. But yes, I remember the conversation now.
And Tony is absolutely the best.
Yes.
They're Chris Jericho's back alley brutes, and he likes it.
Right?
That's creepy. He has Jack Swagger out there.
It's not Jack Swagger, though.
I know. Brandon said it's Jack Swagger.
It's Jake Hager.
Jake Hager?
Something like that.
He's like,
He'll
I
say it
changed my
right here.
name.
It's Jake Hager. I'm like, who? Who said Jake Hager? It'll say it down here on our little ticker. Right here. We'll get his name. Jake Hager.
Jake Hager.
He's a former world champion, but more importantly,
It's like Sammy's brother.
right now, he is the toughest, most terrified, most crazy MMA fighter in the world today. Okay, hold on.
We the people. We the people. Remember he had the old man that came out, put his hand on the...
Yes.
We the people.
We the people.
Oh, she's gonna beat her fast. It's over.
Holy crap.
I don't know
already?
who she beat. Pretty brunette.
Aaliyah? Something like that? Or Vanessa? One of them. It's like Aaliyah.
She beat her fast. But she's the one that's going to be taking on Shayna Baszler pretty soon. I think that's who's going to take Baszler's championship.
Yeah. Just talking.
That makes him the toughest man in AEW. That makes him the toughest man in the entire professional wrestling business, baby.
Yeah, you tell us all about it, Jericho. Looks like, you know, that used to just be called a cutter, the RKO or the diamond cutter, a cutter. And then Marcus says the cutter was used by Johnny Ace Laurinaitis,
Johnny
and
Laurinaitis.
called it the Ace Crusher. DDP made it special.
Okay, that makes sense.
These are my friends. This is my inner circle. We are the inner circle, baby.
They're the inner circle. That's nice. That's creepy.
I'm trying to keep up and learn it as I go. That's the inner circle. We got a gang now.
Right? They have Jake Hager and whatever his name, Guevara.
Or that stupid son of a bitch, Cody.
Guerrera.
Ooh, the stupid son of a bitch, Cody.
Yeah.
They swear on TV.
The American Nightmare, Cody.
That's right, challenging me on November 9th at Full Gear. Cody, who's been entitled from his famous family his entire life, was born with a silver spoon in his mouth his entire life. Well, you know what, Cody? I don't like you, and I don't like your family.
Ooh.
Your entitled family.
Your entitled family.
Whoa.
I think he was a jerk.
First of all, Dusty's dead. Let's not speak ill of the dead. Come on, Jericho.
Jeez, Jericho. You jerk.
I'm gonna kick his ass tonight.
He's going to kick his ass tonight.
The dead guy?
No, Dustin.
Oh.
His older brother.
At Full Gear, when you challenge Le Champion for the AEW Championship, you know what's gonna happen to you?
What?
You're gonna beat the ever-living shit out of you.
He said shit. He's like,
Shit. Son of a bitch. And shit. We just got all kinds of swear words happening tonight.
is it
This
TV 14
exciting.
The streets of Baltimore, and we're gonna have a little bit of the bubbly celebration. We are the inner circle.
Pretty sure he just said Baltimore, and they all cheered. Thought they were in Boston.
I wish I knew all those guys.
He said them all. He went through them all. That's LAX. I can't remember their. Luke, what's their names? LAX. They're single names.
Anybody?
Ortiz. Something's one's Ortiz.
Oh, yeah, huh?
No facial expression. Scary man.
And I can't remember the other guy's name.
I don't remember their name either.
Was your belief and your passion.
Yeah,
So,
belief and passion.
7 million views
7 million viewers and
and
counting.
counting. Oh, so that's on the on their YouTube, I think.
Yeah. So Luke says, tweets are starting to surface about apparent reports that Seth Rollins was attacked by fans or a group of people in the parking lot after the pay-per-view. I'm looking for any news or police reports.
That's fun.
Right?
Not for him, but
No.
for the wrestling people at home like us.
Right?
Saying that he got beat up by fans. I know he was
That's
assaulted, but I
terrible.
thought it was inside the arena.
By garbage. That's
By
just
garbage
wrong,
and
people.
trash.
Don't do that.
How are you going to even get to him? They usually park behind, they have it fenced off and there's buses and everything.
Right?
They usually put, 6-foot chain link fence all the way around.
Right.
The reason I know that is because I've been to an event or two.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe not nowadays. Maybe they're like, oh, the fans are fine.
Right. They're like, it's okay. Just send him out there with him.
Not like in my day where the guy behind me threw a freaking pop and hit Scott Steiner right in the face. And then I got kicked out.
For no apparent
I got
reason.
let back in by Kimberly Page, though. If you guys remember who Kimberly Page is, Diamond Dallas Page's wife. She was a Nitro girl at the time.
Ooh.
It was pretty cool back in the day. That's when I was like 20.
So awesome.
I might have been younger than that. Oh, no, I was about 19 or 20. I can't remember how old I was. Because we weren't old enough to drink.
Oh.
So.
Like that ever stopped you?
No, well, to buy beer at the stadium.
Oh. Well,
Is
yeah,
what
that would stop
is
you.
what I'm saying, yeah.
So Luke said he can't remember on LAX. Maybe Brandon knows. Brandon, do you know the
Something
guy's
in
name, the
Ortiz.
LAX guys?
It's something in
and
Ortiz.
Someone else, and he said he loves Jericho's theme song. Yeah,
Yeah.
his song's pretty cool.
Well, it's his own music.
Yeah, right? So
Kinda
Luke said,
Fonzie.
so I found a police report that has names redacted, but there was a reported assault in the lot, and 11 people were arrested. 5 have been arrested.
11
Ooh.
people are... Dude. Hopefully they didn't jump him. Even though he's a
Right?
big dude, he's still going to get beat up by that many people.
Well, and it's not like he's like, I'm just going to beat people up. It's like, I do this for my job, people. Not like,
I'm
I don't
hoping-
go brawling in the back streets or some shit. What the
Yeah,
hell?
that's-
Come on, people. That's just not right. I understand people not being happy, but that's just not right at all. Not in any way is that okay. Like, yell your discourse, great. Tell him you don't like him, fine. Don't attack him or throw things at him. That's just not right. They're like celebrities.
Yeah,
They're performers.
That's completely uncalled for.
Luke says, but if that is true along with the injuries, then I would act like the pay-per-view didn't happen also. Yeah. I mean, the injuries, I mean, they did some stuff that I can understand why, but the injuries, I don't even know why they would think that was such a bad thing. I mean, if they went off on a limb to do high-flying stuff and everything, that's good, right?
15 years.
We have somebody
15
interrupting.
years
Oh,
of
he's
this
talking.
business. And tonight,
You thought it was just coming from the heavens?
No. I thought it was somebody else interrupting, but he's talking while he's coming out into the ring.
Right, pre-recorded.
I've had to go through unimaginable amounts of pain.
15 years of pain.
Unhuman.
It's got the YMCA on the other side in NXT.
Hey, that's Fandango.
Guess
Is
what?
that Fandango, the construction worker?
They're trying to hook up with a chick.
Is that really Fandango?
Dongo.
It's the Breezango.
They're back.
It's Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We should be talking about AEW.
He's talking on his own.
That's funny.
I become #1 contender.
That's funny. Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Breeze.
We got the #1 contendership on the line
Dango.
between Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
So Marcus let us know it's Santana and Ortiz.
Santana. Yeah. Thank you so much. So that's the inner circle. Jake Hager, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara,
Guerrero?
Ortiz, and no, it's not Guevara. It's Guevara.
Guevara.
And Santana. So that's the inner circle. So that's a group. Mark that down at home because they just
Interesting.
introduced themselves. That's a clique, whatever you want to call it. A
Yeah.
stable. I don't know what just happened on NXT, but the tag team that was going to come down and fight, Breezango just got knocked out by...
Some guy, Forgotten No More.
Oh,
Who are
it's a
these
tag-
dudes?
Oh my gosh, a
There's
bunch of dudes.
3 of them? Wow, they look all the same. They're
That
like
looks exciting.
triplets. Who's the
big
guy on
dudes.
AEW? Darby?
Darby.
What's his last? Is it just Darby?
It's Darby Allin.
Allin.
It's
Oh,
Allin.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have this. Marcus wants to know what the prediction on this match is. Who do you think's going to win the Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin?
I'm going to go with Darby. He's the one that won the dark match after they went off the air last week.
Oh, did
I guess
they?
that's like a thing now. So they're going to do a match after it's over, and then you can watch it a week later on their YouTube channel.
Crazy. Okay.
It was on this morning.
That's nice, I guess, right?
Maybe last night, I don't remember.
So who's the guys on NXT? Anybody? Who are those guys?
Luke, you watching NXT out there?
Forgotten No what? Forgotten No more. Who's the biker gang of triplets? They look like triplets, and they look like a biker gang. Marcus is going with Havoc. So you guys are in contention. Who's going to win? Let's see. Luke says that, and 2 people were treated by the local hospital for cuts and minor injuries. Because WWE doesn't want it public that they have injured stars performing, the WWE has been investigated for that in the past. Yeah, I could see that. But, I mean, if their own medical staff is like saying, yeah, you can go out there,
You know,
what difference does it
Vince
make?
doesn't have a conscience anyways. I mean, he was selling his athletes steroids for 20 years. If he's still not. I'm sure if you went to him and said, hey,
I need some steroids.
where can I get them? He would send you in the right direction.
Right?
Or at least let you talk to a guy that he knows. Woo! Oh, that's the draw. That's where that one came from with Cody, was from Darby Allin.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Nice. Brandon says that Jimmy Havoc looks like Marilyn Manson, and Luke said, yeah.
Yeah.
True. I guess, kinda.
So there's
really,
Darby.
but-
Just ran right. So, okay.
So we have Amon Johnson in our chat.
Nice.
Hey Amon, nice to see
Good
you.
to see you, boss.
Says WWE sucks. Thank God for AEW. Jericho is the best.
Now he's in a group. Now he's got his own stable. They're called the Inner Circle.
And Luke's like, just because you don't like WWE and think it sucks doesn't mean you have to say it like it's scientific fact.
It's an opinion, and everybody's entitled to it.
The Forgotten Sons, that's what they're called on NXT, the biker gang on NXT. The Forgotten Sons. Well, they look like triplets, so I guess that would make sense, right? They all look almost exactly the same.
What is he, just standing there watching him? Hit him.
Get him.
Is he going to flex him outside?
Oh, I don't
right
know what was
onto
supposed
the
to happen there.
floor. That?
Ouch.
That was supposed to happen.
Kind of landed on his feet a little bit weird. Not sure it was supposed to. Let's see. Amon says, where is this Jericho been at? I know couldn't do what he wanted, just like John Moxley.
Right? They do have a lot more creative freedom here.
True. First,
We're going to see how this ends up working out. I want to see what their ratings are this week and next week and the next week.
right?
As it grows.
See how it does as time goes on.
Because they were at 1.4 million on their debut, so are they going to go up or down?
I don't know.
Betting odds, up or down for AEW on their ratings.
Yeah, their viewership ratings. He likes to stomp on people's hands. It's not very nice.
Jimmy?
Oh, he's breaking his fingers. Ew.
Yeah, he likes to do that. He was the one in that crazy match that we watched.
Where they had like tacks and staple guns, and wasn't he the one they taped to a chair?
Yep, and they put the staples in his mouth, or not staples, but the
Tacks in his mouth.
thumbtacks in his mouth, and then taped his mouth shut with duct tape.
Exactly.
It was awesome. Was he trying to tag somebody?
Who?
Darby Allin? He's just walking out like this.
My hand, my hand. Don't do it.
Was he gonna just break his fingers off?
So Luke's saying we know WWE ratings will be down due to the pay-per-view, so AEW will probably go up.
Well, we know that their ratings went down, but it's still 2.2 million. That's quite a bit more. That's 8 million or 800,000 more than than AEW had last week. And that was a Raw after a pay-per-view.
Right?
That was really bad.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that their subscribers went down because I heard numerous people say that they quit their subscriptions. I thought they were just saying that.
Wow, so actually did it. They followed through with their stuff, huh? Oh, that's weird.
To me, it's just worth it. There's no way I'm going to stop watching it, so it's worth the $10.
That, and I'm not going to stop watching WWE just because some people had a fit.
Right?
I'm sorry the pay-per-view sucked. Yeah, it did. I didn't like it that much either.
There's ups and downs.
I mean, a lot of it was still really good just because the last part of it was like, eh.
The Forgotten Sons just beat Breezango.
Breezango, whatever you call them.
Breezango.
The Forgotten Sons won over there on NXT.
Yeah, this
they're
week
the
they're
winners.
They're not lining up like they did last week. So we're actually, when we get commercials, we go to real commercials and then.
Brandon saying Joey is the guy that almost gave Travis a heart attack.
Oh my gosh, right? I did almost die.
Was he the one that does that weird thing?
Yeah, the dick flip. His name's Joey Ryan.
Oh my god, that's so terrible.
He came to the ring. It was their first pay-per-view. It was before they were actually AEW. It was just an independent pay-per-view.
Right.
And he came to the ring with probably 15 to 30 guys, and they were all in inflatable dicks. All of them.
I know, you showed me.
The whole crowd come down in inflatable dicks.
That is pretty funny, though. The inflatable dick thing was hilarious.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, because I don't know who this guy is, right?
Right.
So he comes down, and he's like, they're like, some of them are in condoms and stuff. Anyways, he gets in the ring, and he wrestles them.
Right.
He does it. He takes the dude's hand, puts it on his dick.
That was the part that was like totally like what?
Like I'm just watching it.
Oh, and then he's like, he pumps himself up.
When they're holding onto his dick, and then he flips him. I'm sorry, man. Like, what's funny is like the next night I heard different people because I thought it was just funny, and other people are like, "That's what you want to leave WWE for? It's crap like that." And I'm like, wait, I don't want to leave WWE, but I think it's funny. Like,
right?
Why can't you have?
You wouldn't want to watch that stuff. Come on, watch them all.
So he wrestled. Like, you can find it on YouTube, but he wrestles Cody Rhodes' wife, Brandy. I guess not Cody Rhodes, just Cody, Brandy Rhodes. He's wrestling her, and he does that. He puts her hand on his dick, so he does the intergender stuff and does that to her. She's like.
Right.
He's freaking out.
That's what Luke's just saying. Joey Ryan is known for brutal intergender matches with Scarlett Bordeaux, Tessa Blanchard, and more in many promotions.
Is he the one that is he also the guy that grabs their tits or whatever, or boobs, whatever you call them, and then does the flips, the release suplexes, but he's holding their boobs? Is that him? Is that Ryan? That's funny. That dude's freaking funny. But yeah, they seem like they're pretty brutal.
Right. So we have somebody else in the chat called Kevin Matico. I'm saying that during Kevin. Hey Kevin, he wants to show us the live feed. We can't show the live feed. That's copyright. Sorry, dude.
But we'll talk
That's
you
illegal
through it. Right now,
that.
there's a commercial. That's why we're talking about boobs and
and
dick flips.
That's why we're talking about all that weird stuff because there's a commercial.
Normally,
going on.
we're not talking about penises and boobs.
What? I thought that's all we ever talked about.
Whatever.
That's totally what we talk about all the time.
But anyways, we've had, 2 matches tonight?
Yes. So far in
AEW,
we're in the middle of the
Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin match. That's happening now. The winner of this match goes on next week to face Chris Jericho for the WWE World Championship.
Right.
Can we just call it the Heavyweight Championship? Can we get back to that? Like, I missed that, right?
Right.
You got the Universal and the WWE, but they don't have the Heavyweight Championship? Mm-hmm. Like, seriously.
So, Luke was saying the thing that is saving WWE is the fact that they are using sports figures and European stars, so they're drawing worldwide ratings, even though here they are way down. And then we have somebody else in chat. Lame Benitez. Hey, dude. Says, man, hurts to see so many people hating WWE now. Of course, it's bad, but it's what we grew up from. And seeing this new AEW makes me disloyal again. I'm enjoying it. Something fresh. And it's true. And that's what Luke said. Amen. And it's true. It is. I mean, no matter what, you're always going to be a fan of WWE. I mean, you might not like what they're doing.
There's
or things that are happening.
But
you're always, if you are a fan, you're a fan for life. That's just all there is to it. It's just like your favorite baseball team or your favorite football team or your favorite basketball team or soccer or whatever sport that you really enjoy. That team, that's your team, and you will always be back behind them no matter what happens. That's what it's like. That's what it is.
Rebuilding.
No matter what. So
I honestly never thought the WWE would be good again, and then all of a sudden The Rock came out of nowhere and Stone Cold
has
became
some more
something.
peeps, yeah.
Because you got to remember, Stone Cold was basically a nobody in WCW.
Right.
You know, stunning Steve Austin. I was like, what? That's their main guy? So, and I didn't watch it at that time. I stopped watching it because I just followed all those guys as they migrated over to WCW, and then I was watching WCW anyways because it was the NWA. So I just stayed with
Kevin's saying that the guy on the right of the screen looks like Tommy Dreamer, Kurt Hawkins. Is he talking about you?
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not a guy. Last time I checked. Let's see. Kevin also says Cody is like Madonna. He has one name. He can't use Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody can't use Rhodes. That's why. That's why he only has one name, is because he can't use Rhodes on this because Vince owns it, basically.
That's why he has to go Cody, Brandy, Rhodes.
Yeah, that's why he uses his wife. Oh,
Darby Allin
wow.
with the victory.
Darby Allin won.
So Darby Allin, Chris Jericho next Wednesday.
Wow.
On the Wednesday Night Wars.
Crazy. Wow, I didn't expect that. I figured the other guy was going to. Huh.
That's why I picked Darby Allin, because I wanted to win.
Right? Brandon said he does it to Mick Foley, too. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the dick flip?
Yeah.
He does it to a lot of people.
Right?
It's not a newer thing.
And Luke says yes to something that you may have said or asked earlier. Marcus Tower says, we grew up on WWF. What you see now is an E in WWE. The problem is when they started paying more attention to the entertainment and not wrestling, that's when they started losing it.
Right. Absolutely. 100. Amen.
Yeah. And Lame saying, I was speaking general company, WWF, owned by the same old man, McMahon.
Right.
Right? And Luke saying, Joey Ryan does the boob slam, not my nickname.
It's brutal, though. Like, he throws
slam.
those girls, like, he just grabs them like this and then throws them backwards. I remember that when we were watching those Asians wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And the girls were landing on their heads.
Yeah.
That's what it does to the females. They land on their necks all sideways. And you're
Oh,
like,
wow. That's
what the
terrifying.
heck?
So NXT looks like they've got another match going on over there.
Yeah, it's Cameron, whatever that, Cameron Grimes?
Cameron Grimes?
Grimes.
Cameron Grimes versus another guy. And then somebody's coming down to interfere. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who these guys are. So they're showing some recaps of Darby Allin winning. He beat Jimmy Havoc just a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Over on AEW.
So he's going to get his chance at Jericho.
Chris Jericho next Wednesday.
Yeah.
That should be entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jericho's already got a title match on November 9th, so I have a feeling that he's not going to beat Jericho.
You know?
Just saying.
Just saying? He's kind of a tiny guy. Might not.
But see, there it is. It's official. Next week,
it's official.
Darby Allin,
Next
Chris
week.
Jericho for
the AEW World Championship.
Yeah, the World Champion. I love saying that. The World Championship.
World.
I can just call it that because WWE doesn't have one, so the World Championship, we know what we're talking about.
Huh. So
that's happening next.
Nice. We have somebody else. The women's up next. Emmy, Sakura, and B.
Yep, it's B.
Priestley versus Riho and Britt.
Yep, Britt Baker, MD.
Britt Baker, MD. So we have somebody else in the chat, Eagles Lair. Hey, Eagles Lair. It's great to see so much young talent in AEW that wouldn't ever get a chance anywhere else. It's great to see that they can be themselves and they don't have to follow any script.
I agree. And I also think that if they keep it this way, it'll be fresh. Mm-hmm. But if they start getting big and they start getting big money and they start bringing the WWE stars over, then it's going to bury this talent.
Right.
And then, see, that's what happened with in the early 90s is when the WWF's talent started going to WCW, Vince had to regroup and use sex, beautiful women. And that's where the women actually came from. There wasn't a lot of women in the 80s.
Right.
He started using the sex to get his ratings back up, but then he started bringing in fresh young talent. He started breaking up tag teams, the Hart Foundation, the Rockers, and started bringing those singles wrestlers and started opening it up, and it worked. And that's what AEW is doing now, is they're bringing in those fresh new faces. And as long as they don't try to bring in the old guys from the WWE in a few years,
Right.
it'll work. If they do, but I think that's just how it works, right? They've got to do the waves.
Yeah.
Like ups and downs, because all your wrestlers are going to get old one day.
Oh,
Or
well,
do you
yeah,
just cut
yeah.
them?
Well, no.
Because they're legends, they're big draws, so you cut them so you can start over with younger guys? No, so you end up having to wait these guys out, and if they stick around too long, like John Cena left, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Him and AJ Styles are the same age.
Right.
Looks like AJ Styles is fresh, but that's because he came from somewhere else.
Right.
And that's the keeping it fresh thing.
Right.
And WWE can do that because they have so much money, they can just move them to a different show.
Right.
And right, like, I mean, I don't know if there's anybody out there. Is there anybody out there that just watches one, SmackDown or Raw? And I mean, not just because you work on Fridays or something. I mean, like, literally,
You're just a
could
fan
care
of them,
less-
and that's it.
Could care less about the other show, like it doesn't even exist.
Right.
Is that our thing?
It might be for some people.
I know
maybe
that
out
I hear
there.
people say that SmackDown's better, and I hear people say that Raw's better. But is there anybody that just doesn't do the other one?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of funny because they were talking this morning on the radio. They were talking about coffee drinkers and how you're a coffee drinker or you're not a coffee drinker. There's no in-between coffee drinkers. And I was like, bullshit, I am. I don't drink coffee every day. I just have like a cup of coffee on the weekends. But I don't drink soda or anything in between that.
Right.
So it's kind of like, yeah, they exist. They're like a unicorn.
They're out there.
But they're out there.
That's pretty funny.
Anyways, Marcus Howard says, I'm a Packers fan, born and raised here in Chicago. Now that's some dedication right there. Right?
You could literally get shot tomorrow.
Yeah,
Do you wear Packer shirts and gear?
Don't tell too many people that. I'm just kidding.
Probably shouldn't put that online.
You better take that. You better retract that. Better take that off
Delete
the
it,
air.
delete it.
Delete that message. It says his AEW production record is now 1-1-0.
1-1-0.
Blame says, Benitez says, yeah, when WWF was losing ratings back in 96, they shocked the world with new memorable stars starting the Attitude
Era. Mm-hmm. All right, here's
starting
that
the
tag
Attitude.
team.
Stuff like that gives me hope it could happen again maybe next month or next year. And Brandon says, I can't wait for Mox to fight tonight. He's
And
very
that's
excited for
happening.
it. And then Luke's saying he found an updated report on the whole incident with Seth Rollins. 11 men attacked WWE star Seth Rollins and his fiancée Becky Lynch in a parking lot in the arena that held this week's Raw. Seth suffered minor cuts and bruises. See, that's just wrong, people. Don't do that.
That's absolute. Not the story's not bullshit, but what happened.
No, people
bullshit.
just don't do that. That's not right. I don't care how unhappy you are. You don't have mob mentality and go out there and
Get your
burn
pitchfork
people
and
and
your damn
pitchfork
fork.
and your torch and
I love me Bray Wyatt.
right. Benitez says, who do you want from the WWE that you think is being underutilized to move to AEW and become big? I want Nakamura to AEW.
Nakamura would work. Actually, there's so many guys that would work.
Right?
But I think if they stick around just a little bit longer, things will start changing in WWE.
Right?
Also,
So
once those dinosaurs start leaving, that's
Yeah.
what Shawn Michaels called them, was dinosaurs.
Right.
You
And
know,
it's true, they
Randy
are.
Orton, he'll
Randy
be gone
Orton.
pretty soon,
Yeah.
like in the next 5 years. Like,
Right.
all
They'll
those guys
start
will start
going away.
thinning out.
Yeah.
What's his name? Samoa Joe. All the older. AJ Styles says he wants to retire in the next 5 years.
Look at that belt. It was so tiny, but even on her, it's small, right? But
Yeah.
look at the back of it. It still has like a huge thing in the back for
Right,
her to
for
just
the
put it on
extension.
herself. That's cute. That's hilarious.
She's so tiny.
right.
Riho.
So Roswell is in our chat. Hey, Roswell, nice
Roswell.
to see you back. It says, I am only a Raw fan and never watched SmackDown at all.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. Now you have somebody who does that. See?
SmackDown is actually pretty exciting right now. It's been getting better. And if you stopped watching it like more than like 3 months ago, it might be, you might want to just watch it for just a second
Right?
on Friday. just because it's changed so much. I started hating it right before that pay-per-view, the SummerSlam.
Right.
And right after that, it started just getting a little bit better and better and better. All right, so we are ready for. Let me see.
So we have the girl Riho, Britt Baker.
Oh, that's why, because I have the wrong card.
Right, versus B. And who's the other one?
Sakura,
I think is what J.
All right, Riho's
said.
starting the match against Sakura.
So let's see. So Eagle Slayer says, but Jimmy Havoc, Chucky's from UK, which is a Progress Wrestling school, which he came from. I feel like now there's a place for them to go. I feel like the UK scene could go to AEW. Some of them probably could.
Right, and it probably will. They're going to bring in a lot more UK stars. There's the main event on NXT is going to be a UK star.
Right.
Tonight.
And then
Walter.
Luke's saying, while Lynch suffered a bruised ankle.
What the hell were they attacking
all 11
her for?
attackers were arrested. 5 have been released on bail. 2 attackers were treated for minor injuries but released later into police custody. Because she was with Seth, probably. She probably just got mixed up in the melee, you could say.
Hopefully she didn't get in the middle of it.
Right?
It's like Becky.
So it looks like they got some people coming on in NXT and Isaiah Scott. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Brandon says Bay looks like a mix of China and Lita.
Yeah? It's B.
B? Sorry, B.
Oh, I
B.
thought.
It's me. B. I gotta remember to say your name right. We have Steven in the chat.
Hey,
Steven's
Steven.
AEW. Steven is an AEW fan.
AEW.
And Marcus, sorry. Yes, I do. I went to the NFL kickoff party for the Bears-Packers game, had a bottle of pop thrown at me from behind, and had a couple of people warn me about the fans. I'm used to it, right? You know, at least there they don't get quite as brutal as they possibly can, but there are some places. No. Chicago is not.
It's like the murder capital of the world.
Right, not against NFL people though. You're talking like over there in whatchamacallit. You
I
gotta
don't
go
know.
a little further east for that one.
Answer me this. Would you wear a St. Louis Cardinals t-shirt downtown? That's a safety concern. Right?
Steven says AEW live channel. Yep, that's us. We're doing it right
We're
now.
trying to.
Woo!
As we're talking about other stuff. We got
Right?
Britt Baker, MD, on the outside with B. That would be B, right?
Yes, B. Britt Baker and B.
B. Presley?
B. Presley.
Priestley.
Priestley.
There's an E in there.
Oh, Steven is from India. Sweet.
Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
So we've got Britt Baker beating up B
So
on
I
the outside
have a
of the
question
ring.
for him then. So are you a fan of the modern day Maharaja? And the reason I asked is because he's from Canada, right?
Right?
But he pretends to be from India. I just want to know if
But
that was like
is he-
insulting.
But is that his
Heritage. His
heritage?
family's from there. I get it.
So is it different though because his heritage is Indian?
What I had
that
heard is that they didn't accept him over there because he was born in Canada and it was dumb for the WWE to try that. You know, because they were doing a big tour through India, and that was the whole reason that he became the champion. You know,
Wow.
that whole thing they tried there.
That's crazy.
I just wondered if it was insulting.
Right? So Riho just like flew herself out of the ring and flew into like two
Did she
people.
float down to the ground?
No, she actually flew out of the
So gravity
ring.
works on her?
Yeah.
Okay, I was worried.
Yeah, gravity works on her.
I
She
figured
just
when
float away like a feather.
Riho jumps over the top rope, she just floats down like Dumbo's feather all the way down to the ground.
There she goes.
All right, we got picture in picture though, so she's still in the ring, right?
Yes.
She is still she's fighting B, right?
Yeah.
B
So
Priestley.
Riho is now against B Priestley, and they're in the ring, and the other girl.
Oh, here it is. Is this going to be a 619? I don't think she calls it a 619, but it's a 619.
Basically,
Bam! She kicked her right in the grill.
it's what you would consider it to be.
It's a 619, right? 2,
Yes.
3. Oh, she kicked out just in the nick of time. And she goes over. Now she just tagged her opponent in.
Britt
now we
Baker?
got Britt Baker, MD.
Yeah.
She's a dentist, everybody, so she really is an MD.
She really is a dentist for
It makes you
too.
wonder if she's a dentist for all the wrestlers, too. Right? Like, look at my mouth. I lost a tooth. Somebody kicked it out of my face.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, there was a wrestling event this weekend, and the guy lost his tooth.
For real?
It was an indie wrestling circuit thing.
Oh my
the guy got
gosh.
his tooth knocked out.
Jeez
Like, oh, that's
Louise.
brutal.
That's terrifying. That is definitely not something you're like, I look forward to that.
Getting your teeth knocked out.
Getting your teeth knocked out in your stuff.
I'd be like Cesaro. If I wrestled, I'd be just like Cesaro. I wear a mouthpiece, and it's not because of dental work, it's because I wouldn't want my teeth knocked out.
Right?
We were playing a game of pickup basketball one time, and running down back and forth, and Schumann was his name. He tripped and fell and hit his teeth on the stage.
Ouch.
And it broke him out, and the dentist could put him back in. I didn't know you could put your teeth back in, but I guess since it was like immediately.
Well, yeah, if you can get it done like immediately and it doesn't have time to like that, you can get them back in there if they aren't broken off or
No, they
severed.
just came out.
Yeah.
He hit them like that on the stage, and they popped out.
Yeah, so if the whole root and everything comes back in, you can put them in, and then it just kind of heals. They might not be as strong as they used to be, but
I don't know if he still has them or not.
But,
He's
yeah,
got
you
fake
can.
ones along the way.
that happens a lot with people. Like, so let's say people who are boxers or even people who get in fights on the street or whatever, and you get hit in the face and your jaw and your teeth get loose. So if you're really careful with that and they don't come out but they're really loose, if you're really good and careful about
Sounds
what
like
you're
a
doing,
nightmare.
they'll stay and everything will tighten back up
Like,
and they'll
who hasn't
heal.
had the nightmare of losing a tooth, like a loose tooth or something?
I've
And then you
never
wake
had
up and
that.
it's your teeth are fine. You're like, oh my god.
No, I've never had a nightmare like that. I don't know.
It's for vain people.
Anyways, Luke says, also during the attack, other WWE performers came to the scene and engaged. The attackers reported among the stars were Carmella, Charlotte, Flair, AJ Styles, and Rusev. They subdued the attackers until police arrived. Several of the stars also have minor injuries. So now we know where some of the minor injuries may have come from the pay-per-view. Not necessarily from when they were wrestling.
Out of all those guys, can you imagine getting attacked by Rusev? Like AJ, I wouldn't worry about. Seth, like he could probably hold his own. But
Yeah.
big Rusev?
And he's actually kind of thinned down since last time
Oh,
we've
he's
seen
still
him.
a beast, though. That's like 270,
So
260
Sakura is
pounds.
in the ring now, beating up Britt Baker, MD. And Kevin wants us to know that Kane was a dentist back in the day on WWF.
Yeah, he was.
So there you go.
Can you
Mark-
imagine going to that, Dennis?
No, that'd be terrifying.
In hell?
Marcus Tower says people do it, but the Cub fans here don't get violent about it like Bears fans. I'm a Cubs fan, and I don't even think that the rivalry isn't even that strong like it used to be.
I have a buddy that has every single like Hall of Fame Cub tattooed on his body.
Literally, I mean, and not just the Hall of Famers. He has everything Cub imaginable tattooed on.
Well,
his
it's
body.
all for the major sports there. He's got like Michael Jordan tattooed on him, Scottie Pippen tattooed on him,
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman tattooed on him.
A whole bunch of Cubs tattooed on.
He's
him.
got Sammy Sosa. We always tease him about that because
Does he have
Sammy
any
Sosa's
Bears
like
stuff?
gleaming white now. Like he's got that Villago
Oh, the
or something. And
pigmentation
so
issue with the
he's
skin.
pure white.
Oh,
And
poor
so
guy.
they're like, people always are like, hey, are you going to get that lightened?
That's terrible.
Because they hate Sammy Sosa. That has nothing to do with the color of his skin.
Right? Eagles Lair says, hopefully people from the New Japan scene the door, so maybe come here as well, and also people from the independent scene. And now all these wrestlers, at least there's a place for them to go and hopefully.
Right. You know, and they could also, by doing that, they could also start another day of the week.
Wow.
You know, get, more wrestlers in.
Britt
Baker's got her in a
Scotch.
submission hold.
Sakura?
Oh, she's just stuck her hand in her mouth.
You can't do that.
She tapped out.
Oh, man. Is that like her signature move?
I guess it is. Something to do
Sticking
with
her
the
hand
oral
in
cavity.
Mouth. Oral cavity.
She got her with the oral cavity.
That's terrifying.
Sakura. Tapped out.
Sakura. There we go. That's
Sakura tapped out by Britt Baker. That was brutal. She had her in that stretch. I don't even know what you call it. like a chest stretch. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she had her arm, like, kind of, like, behind her a little bit, so, yeah, I guess
Dee
you could call it
Priestley's
that.
right in her face.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is not
she swung on her.
She swung on her, and the poor ref's right in the middle of it. Rio's trying to get Britt out of there.
Looked
and
like a Tyson Fury punch.
yeah, he's like, I don't like you. They don't like each other, I take it.
They were showing some of those Tyson Fury punches earlier today. He was missing guys by like over like 8-9 inches. Like that. You'd be like, ugh! Serious.
That's cute.
You watch the replay, you're
That's
like, oh,
funny.
oops.
That's
We didn't
great.
realize it was that far off. Obviously, a boxer doesn't want to hit somebody with their bare fists in real life because
Well, no, and it's, you know,
break
they don't.
their moneymaker, right?
Yeah, exactly. Looks like the NXT still has that one match still going
Right?
with those people. I don't
It was
know who they
Isaiah
are.
and-
Isaiah, that's his name. Isaiah Scott was the one guy, and I don't know who the other one was. Isaiah Scott
There's a whole gang out there right now, though.
and stuff.
So
Let's
he-
see. Eagles Lair says, hopefully people from the New Japan.
Look
Oh,
at-
we already said that one.
it's like the mandible claw / stretch.
That's funny. So she puts her in a hold, and then she's like, I'm going to stick my hand in your
I think
mouth.
she should wear a glove.
Right? That's
She
disgusting.
touches a lot of people's faces. There
That's
could be disease.
gross. Yeah, maybe
She
she
could have
should.
thrush
She
on
should
her
be
hand.
wearing like actual gloves, like medical gloves.
Like, because she's got thrush. Is that what it's called? Thrush?
Yeah, it's a.
It's a staph infection.
No, it's not a staph infection.
Oh, it's a yeast infection.
It's a yeast infection that most of the time it's just children get in their mouths, but adults can get it too, and it can be highly contagious.
It can go into other body parts. That's
Yeah.
what Jared had in his finger.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
What a grody.
Oh, look at the love.
Oh, denim love.
So much denim love.
Oh my gosh, look at that denim hugging. Ugh.
You give him a hug.
He's like, I'm wearing denim pants. I'm
Hug
a
it
denim-"
out.
Like anybody that you see.
Look at all the fans are like, what's happening right now?
Oh,
That's
they're
these
like, we
guys.
love each other so much. They're like
Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
best
They're
friends.
the best friends.
That's right, the best friends. That's the best video I've ever seen.
The Young Bucks.
So let's see, Marcus says Bears fans will get violent even with security police standing there. I wore my Reggie White jersey to a Cubs Sox game here back in the late 90s and got cussed out by both sides. I was only 9 years old. People are so weird.
That's absolutely hilarious.
Is that what's his guy?
Yeah, that's that cool guy, remember?
Oh yeah, that's
At
right.
the
Where he gives the
pay-per-view.
thumbs up and he's like, here's the thumbs up.
What's going on?
He's like, he has to try, but he doesn't really want to try. So his thumbs ups are like very like lame and like
Right.
relaxed.
He's
looking.
Chuck Norris.
Oh, so we went to a black screen and now we're like,
Yeah,
was
they went.
somebody in the ring or something? Just
No, he's
up
just
at the
he's
top?
up on the ramp.
Some guy. This is some dude. This isn't that guy,
Hey,
is
that's
it?
the. Oh, never mind. It's not who I thought it was. Or is it a lucha? Is it the lucha guy?
I don't think so.
Remember the big lucha dinosaur? What is the Luchasaurus Rex? Or whatever?
No.
No, never. Never mind. You're gonna have to bear with me on the NXT
20-minute
stuff
time
or
limit.
the AEW.
AEW.
stuff.
Tony Blanchard.
Tully, he's with
Tully.
Tully.
Oh, that's right. Sean Spears.
Sean Spears.
So
That's
we've
Sean
got
Spears?
Sean Spears.
So that match is now. It's
Yeah.
that Kenny Omega match.
Kenny Omega, huh? Crazy. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Brendan says Rusev needs to
Wait,
fix
did I
his
say
damn
Kenny
bicep.
Omega?
Yeah, you said Kenny Omega. Is that who he's?
No, John Moxley.
Oh, John Moxley.
Sorry,
Sorry,
messed up.
not Kenny Omega. That's who he beat up.
Right,
John
that's
Moxley.
the one. That's the one I said he's gonna show up.
Right.
Omega.
That's right.
That's what I
Okay.
meant.
All right. Our bad. So we got Sean Spears down in the ring right now with his mouthpiece, giving him some stuff. Let's see. Brandon said Rusev needs to fix his damn bicep.
Right?
Luke says, I love how people are wanting all this talent to go to AEW. Do they not realize if all this talent fills AEW, they will have same problem WWE does, or worse, turn into WCW? It's true. You don't need a lot of talent to like go over there. I mean, it's great that they're using a lot of that talent to kind of bring in and stuff, but
If you do it right, you can handle it, right? And the right way would be using your guys every 2 or 3 weeks, so you're not using the same guys night in and night out. WWE is to the point where they'll use somebody like AJ Styles twice in a night. Braun Strowman 2 or 3 times in a night.
Yeah, that's true.
And then a whole bunch of recaps, a whole bunch of advertisements, and I don't mean commercials, I mean their own advertisements. Like, if you watch it, you get that there's a pay-per-view coming up. You don't have to advertise for the pay-per-view 3 times, 4 times in the night. People know that it's coming. Like, do it once. And you don't have to do the recaps constantly. I'm talking about the recaps of, like, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and then back to where you're at.
Right.
Put that a match. Make that a match. And then start using those matches. And then all of a sudden you can fit in... You could probably have 25 matches in a night instead of 7.
Right.
And that's the problem that WWF has, in my opinion, is that they don't use their matches. They'll sit there and cut to their color commentators and have a segment with the people just sitting there talking. I've seen it. I don't know.
What the hell are they showing on NXT?
It was a sexy guy in a title belt.
Oh, that was all it was. Oh my God. What in the good Lord? Man, oh my God! They took it away! I think he's making fun of him.
It's Adam Cole.
Because he's like, how dare you make fun of me?
Or no, it's not Adam Cole, it's the other guy in there.
He's the winner or whatever. So
Yeah,
he put the belt
guy.
on him. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's over on NXT. There's some comedy stuff going on. There's Ciampa. Here he
That's
comes.
crazy. He's coming out with
So is he coming out by himself? Is he going to walk down to the ring and face all 4 of those guys? We got a commercial on AEW, so we're just talking about NXT for a few seconds because we watch it over on the side just to kind of keep up with it. And Ciampa's got something in his hands. What's he got in his hand? Like a stick? Oh, it's a crutch.
Oh, it's a crutch?
It's a camouflage crutch.
He's like, I'm going to do something.
He's like, I like carrying it with me just in case I get hurt again. That way I'm good. Oh, he grabbed a chair out of the audience. But we're back. We got Shawn Spears.
Luke is letting you know that of course he was missing. Can you imagine what would happen if he actually connected? That's what we were talking about. Like,
well, that's what I mean. And
it would be scary if he actually had connected.
Well, not only
anybody.
that, but it could break his hands.
Yeah, and Marcus says, I agree with Luke. We haven't even seen the majority of AEW's talent yet, which is true because they keep pulling out people that are new and stuff like that. And
right.
I'd like to see where they're going to set up with the people they have, and then maybe bring in others.
Right, and then you just rotate them. So don't have John Mox on here again for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
And you keep rotating them like that, and everything stays fresh. And then every time they come back, it's exciting. I mean, that's how I see it. It might not work, but it could.
So, let's see. We've got...
There he is, John Moxley. Brandon, are you watching still?
He is. So, we have Jonelle Jackson. Hey, Jonelle. Hey, Jackson. Nice to see you in the chat, dude. And then it's all about AEW. And then the Fiend... The one Fiend is back without Bray Wyatt on the end. The Fiend. I thought I missed my cue with the lights. I asked AEW to let me in, but they said I'm not all in. That's funny.
Shawn Spears already attacked
and Brandon's letting us know that we now have 108 subscribers.
Good deal.
How are you the we?
He's like W-I-I.
I'm just kidding. And then
there you go.
And then Brandon's
so Moxley's
like
doing
Mox.
chops.
So he's very excited that Mox is
I
out there.
actually dig that I know the people because I can do a better job at this part.
Right?
Right? Like I don't have to go, which one's which?
Right.
Which guy's Darby? Which guy's Havoc? Like, I don't know. Anyways, I know who Shawn Spears is. He looks kind of different now. He's got a mohawk.
Mr. Spears here.
Big old kick to the back.
Marcus says he's actually in wrestling gear, no tank top and jeans.
Right.
And he made a weird face.
It is. He's like in UFC fighter shorts.
Right.
Is he still happily married to Renee, or are they just kind of like on hiatus? Because there's no way they're ever going to be around each other.
Right?
Right? Like, how are they going to be around each other? She works a full-time schedule. He works a full-time schedule.
Right, and they're in different, like...
Organizations.
Right, and they're like, we can't talk to you. We can't talk to you.
Oh, they can talk.
They're like,
obviously.
we can't take the office home with us.
When we see each other for those 4 hours on Tuesday night, I love you. Oh, wait, it can't be Tuesday night because he's got to be flying to wherever he's going.
Right.
So what day is it? After Friday Night SmackDown, as long as there's not a pay-per-view, they can hang out.
Right. Brandon says they're still married. He's on her Instagram all the time.
Oh, I'm just teasing anyways. This Shawn Spears guy's married to one of the Iconics.
Oh,
He's married to Peyton Royce.
nice.
They just barely got married.
Crazy. Marcus says they'll be around in Chicago for a few days. Nice.
Chicago. All right, so Moxley goes in to break the count. Now, this is the first time I've seen him wrestle in a while.
Right?
Totally Blanchard's getting involved. Mox is going after Blanchard. He wants some of that old man.
Right? That's funny. Brandon says if you look, Mox still has his elbow still covered. Yeah, he has a big Band-Aid on his elbow.
That's for the scar, maybe?
Maybe. Possibly. Luke said
Damn,
they
big
are
ol'
still
elbow. He hit
married.
him with it.
They post together all the time on social media. And it's funny because his first message didn't say post. It said P and then ist. So it was like, they pissed. And I'm like,
They
that's
piss
hilarious.
all over social media.
And then Luke fixed it. I'm glad he fixed it. But it was so funny the first time around that I was like, that's hilarious.
Pissing all over social media. They don't care.
They pissed together all the time.
That's a true couple right there.
That is true. Right there.
Golden
The
shower.
couples that pee together stay together. Let's see. Eagles Lair said that was a smooth entrance and the music is on point. I can't believe Shawn Spears has gone to this company, but different. I can see you could put some really good storylines and it would work.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, he wasn't working in WWE. That just did not work.
And he has a little mouthpiece for himself, so that's all good, right?
Well, he's with one of the best ever. That's one of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
One of the original Four Horsemen.
Right?
He failed a cocaine test right before one of the Monday night shows
What?
and got kicked out. He got fired.
Oh.
So that was the end of him and the Four Horsemen.
So he's like giving him what to do while he's out there? That's funny.
Why not?
Brandon says Blanchard is pulling a page from Ric Flair's book.
Right? Not going away.
Right?
Or getting involved.
Getting involved, probably. So is that Pac that's over there
Yeah.
while babbling with everybody? Okay.
So obviously they'll probably be setting something up there, right?
Right? With somebody, whether it's Moxley or Spears.
When are they going to put Pac in a medal? Oh my God.
Ouch.
That had to have hurt.
Right? Definitely, because those aren't soft barricades.
I'm
Those
talking
are
about
all-
the floor in his head.
Yeah.
How is this? He hit the floor hard.
Right?
Yeah, they're. I mean, they need to be a little bit more careful,
This
maybe.
is a slobber knocker.
Obviously, I like to watch this stuff, but I don't want to see guys not wrestle.
Right?
It's like
They
the
might
old
get
days,
hurt.
you know, they would hit each other in the head
Yeah.
or whatever. But so you'd get a headshot, and then they'd just keep wrestling through it. You know, like
Right.
they didn't care.
Right.
Nowadays, AEW is still doing the headshots, but then they don't let them wrestle. So what's the point of doing the headshots if they're not going to be allowed to wrestle with the concussion?
Right? I don't know.
So it puts them
That's crazy.
out, and so, yet they still allow it. So why are you allowing your guys to get hurt? I get it, because you want a full show. You want it to be exciting like it used to be. Headshots with chairs. Cody gets busted wide open. Now, Moxley, that was a brutal hit onto that floor.
Right? So Luke is very excited. I mean, very excited. He is OMFGing on the chat. The huge Comic-Con here in Kansas City just announced Renee Young, Moxley, Lita, Taker, and his wife as guests for the con in March. That's insane. He's buying VIP tickets right now online.
As we speak. Well, that's cool.
They announced the Comic-Con, announced it on their Twitter. Ooh, how exciting.
Are you going to be like the Big Bang Theory and just sit there and hit enter? See when you can get in to buy tickets because they sell out so quick?
Right? Now, you buy the tickets to, like, go there. Now, my question is I have a friend that I work with who actually goes to some of Comic-Cons. She goes to the ones down in, like, Utah, in Salt Lake. So, my question is that they actually pay extra to be able to, like, go and get, like, time with them. Do they do that with, like, the wrestlers when they come to Comic-Con?
I don't know anything about Comic-Con except for it's on Big Bang Theory.
I can't remember what they call it.
That's the extent of my knowledge of Comic-Con. It's the only show I've even heard of it on.
So, Marcus wants to know if we have a prediction. Do you have a prediction for this match that's still happening, by the way?
I do. Moxley's either going to just beat him or Kenny Omega's going to come down and get Moxley and pay him back for last week. And I think that's my prediction, is that Moxley wins because he gets attacked and gets the other guy, Spears, gets disqualified because Omega comes down and beats up Moxley.
Right.
So that's my prediction.
Okay.
Oh, this girl's got the whip hair.
And then
look at this hair. See that weave?
Wow, that's crazy.
It's like 8 feet long.
That's an NXT thing, and she's flogging it around like
yeah, no, she uses it a weapon. It's a weapon.
It's terrifying. You could poke somebody's eye out.
And I don't think it's a weapon because it's part of your body, so you could use it, right?
Right.
Anyways, it looks like Moxie's in a little bit of trouble. Spears is getting him there. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on.
Well, Moxley was outside the ring. He
just
just came in, and Spears is now getting punched by him, or elbowed by him.
So Spears has got the upper hand. There's backbreaker, I guess you'd call that.
You can unmute it now. There you go.
Well, yeah, because he came off commercial.
That's
what you do.
Let's see. Luke's got his Comic-Con tickets purchased. Good deal, bud. That's awesome.
Comic-Con.
My question, though, is are you going to do, like the extra? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go there in lines.
What else is there?
The Fast Pass take jump ahead in line. I spent 415 for all weekend take. Okay. All right, so you just jump forward in line, but there's like the ones where you can actually spend time with them. Like they give you like promos or whatever, and you get like 5 minutes with the celebrity or whatever, that kind of thing. Do you ever do that kind of stuff with them, or do they not offer it with them? Or are they just there for photographs and signatures and that's it?
Look at Spears' premature celebration.
Right?
I think that fan just spit on him.
Ew, gross, dude.
I just saw that.
That's nasty.
Huh.
Ew, gross DNA garbage all over people. That's yucky caca. Let's see. Eagleslar says, I see the referee really need to make sure he was okay because he gave him his hand and he squeezed it to see if he was constantly responding.
Right.
So, right?
Got hit hard.
And Brennan wanted to know if this was a no DQ because they were out of the ring for so long there for a while.
No, it's just supposedly just a normal match.
Yeah.
Normal rules.
Glenn, we have a new person, Glenn Hunt. Hey, and it says fans all win shows NXT and AEW.
Right? Yeah, I try to get both of them in there.
Let's see. My friend went to Comic-Con and for Jerry the King autograph. Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Luke said most cons have lines you get in for autographs and photos, but they also have VIP Fast Pass tickets and they let you jump ahead in line. I just spent $400 on VIP Fast Pass all weekend tickets. Nice.
Good deal. Hawk is watching on, so he's very interested in this match. So why is he interested in this match? He's doing Pack.
Ooh.
Or Hawk. Pack.
Pack? I don't know why they brought him down to talk for this one.
He's talking. I didn't even realize he was doing play-by-play.
Yeah, he was talking a little bit earlier. I noticed that.
Look at him going toe-to-toe with the flare
chopping
chops.
And
there's some elbows.
Elbows to the faces. Smacks to the face.
Mox is a little out of shape, and I don't know if that's an elbow thing or he just takes some time off from working out.
Maybe he decided to use a new regime and he's not doing the same stuff as he was
Remember,
before.
he got jacked right before he left WWE.
Yeah, he did.
But maybe that's what hurt his elbow.
Maybe.
Lifting weights will hurt your joints.
Right?
Oh.
But I think he just has a Band-Aid on
Bam.
it. It looks like just a big
Inverted
Band-Aid.
Backbreaker. 1, 2. Oh.
Maybe he got hurt.
You gotta
when
love that the referee has to quit counting.
Yeah. Because they weren't paying attention.
Something. What do you guys think of Shawn Spears' mohawk? I'm not sure I'm a fan of it, but
Right?
maybe it's just part of his new gig.
Yeah.
I love Peyton, or I bet you Peyton Royce just loves it, right? Like, she's like, let's get some family pictures taken.
Right? Here's your
Because she's
wig.
a blonde now.
Here's your wig.
Like, she cut her hair and everything. Like, it's different.
Wow.
Peyton Royce.
Huh.
In the pictures I was looking at on the internet.
Wow, so the Iconics are doing
Are going to
some
look
other
a little
things.
different. Moxley got
Wow,
him.
Moxley won. Wow. Alrighty then.
Moxley got him fair and square. I thought for sure
Somebody would come down and
Omega was going to get involved there, but
that's crazy.
not as predictable.
Nope. Luke said Planet Comic Con Kansas City is one of the country's largest cons. That's pretty cool. And Lee
How
said
many
that
of these are in a year?
Comic
Do
Con?
they tour, or is it just like they use their name? What is Comic Con? Like, I get it, it's a comic book thing, but what is it a foundation? Is it a business? Is it
Is this a conference?
Here it comes.
Ooh, who's
Omega,
coming?
he's bringing some equipment with him, too. What's he got with him?
A broom?
Is that a broom or a shovel or something?
I think it's a broom.
Is he going to fly home?
A barbed wire broom? Is it a broom and a... So he's got a bat with barbed wire on it, and a broom with barbed wire on it.
Is he going to give him one?
Yeah, he'll give him one, all right.
Oh, I bet you Brandon's in heaven. He loves this stuff. The whole time that Dean Ambrose was in the WWE, all he
Right?
talked about how he was before he got there, and how he liked watching the old stuff that he did before he got there.
Right?
Oh, he threw him a bat.
A barbed wire bat. He's like, pick it up. Come on,
So is
buddy,
that
pick it
happening
up."
tonight, or is that going to happen next week?
I don't know, but
Why would you choose a broom over a baseball bat?
longer.
Oh, God.
Oh, he just
Pack
got
in the back of the head.
head.
See, that's what I'm
Ouch.
talking about.
That's
Back
Pac.
of the head with a chair.
So Pac, whatever his name is, Pac just came down and
But Moxley's standing over him like, hey, I'm protecting him. You get out of here.
hit Kenny Omega in the back of the head with a chair.
Orc. Nobody likes you orcs.
Right?
You don't attack humans.
Brandon says because he's a midget no one cares about. Let's see.
So is he going to do anything with Omega now that Omega's completely at his
I don't
disposal?
know, maybe.
Nope. He threw it away and walked off.
Good for him.
So he had a chance to take out Omega with a bat with barbed wire wrapped around it, and he just walked off. Did you want to get in the show?
He's like, yes, I did.
Trying to think what's
Mute it.
on that. Just make sure he doesn't turn that off.
Oh, is it that far back there?
It's right in between us. It's not off,
Oh.
so leave it.
He's fine.
But if he does turn it off, then I think our audio goes off.
Everything goes.
No, we'd still have computer.
Let's see. Luke's just talking about the Comic-Con stuff.
Yeah, I don't even-
answering my question about the photo ops. They also do pro photo ops that you pay extra for. You go to a side booth for a one-on-one intimate photo, and that gives you extra time with the celeb. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. And that he said that some do and some don't. And that's what I kind of figured. He goes, a couple of years ago, Lita and Trish were there. I paid to get a photo with both where they hugged both sides and kissed my cheeks. They talked with me for a couple of minutes. That's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And Brandon was like, boom, Mox. Yeah, he's so excited. Woo!
Yeah, and he's a fair-looking dude because he did not attack Omega when he had the chance.
Right? So, and Marcus says that scar is from the MRSA infection in his elbow. His body is showing the effects of it. Remember, that's the same way Punk looked like during his final match in WWE when he had the same illness.
Yeah, that
he has
MRSA.
MRSA?
It's everywhere.
Yucky. He's infected.
And it's like a high antibiotic type thing. You know, like the antibiotics don't work against it.
Like, and you shouldn't even be out there doing what he's doing, because if you get cut or cut anybody else, you can give MRSA to them.
Well, I'm sure he's over it. Most people's immune systems
infected.
don't get it. But you can. It's a staph infection. It's brutal.
You gross. He's infected. So Luke wants to answer your question about the Comic-Con.
Oh, the Comic-Con
Planet
stuff.
Comic-Con is a company that puts on the biggest cons. They do the big San Diego one each year. That's the one they talk about on Big Bang.
So
They
it's
also
an actual,
do KC,
but what I'm getting at
New
is
York,
it like,
and Dallas Comic-Con, but there are many other smaller ones. So Planet Comic-Con does the big, huge ones, companies, but there's also smaller ones that happen too.
right. What I'm getting is it just a company, like, how do I explain this? Is it a guy that sits behind a phone and sets up booths at a stadium?
It's a convention.
Or is it like a group of people that go and you know that, like, this guy is Comic-Con? Like,
Well, I know it's a convention that it is, but I'm not sure, like, if it's like the one in Salt Lake. I know they do it every year. It's a yearly thing. They do it every single year.
Okay.
I'm not sure who's behind it or anything, but it's just a comic book convention basically.
Right.
But it's
So
not
they just
just
set up
put to
booths.
comic books either. It's almost everything. Star Trek, Star Wars.
Sci-fi
sci-fi stuff. Everything that you can under the sun basically. Anyways, before the stuff on AEW starts, what's happening in the NXT real quick?
I don't know her name, but she's winning.
So the girl with the really long hair that kind of
braid.
whips around with a braid, she's the one that's pretty much winning. She's very
beating
angry
Dakota
about
Kai.
stuff.
I know
Dakota
that
Kai?
Dakota Kai is the other one, but I don't know her name.
Okay.
I didn't see it when they were coming down.
I didn't either.
Here's
so I wasn't
Dustin
sure.
Rhodes.
Dustin Rhodes is coming
natural.
down.
Why are you
Dustin Rhodes.
So this is our main event.
Let's see. Eagles Lair says, after the whole career of the Shield ended, it just wasn't right for him to stick around. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I could see that.
I thought it had
Brendan
that on
said
here.
that
Oh, there
Moxley
it is.
reminds me of Mick Foley, the Sandman. That's why I like him.
Yep.
Hey, it's the Hangman
Yeah,
guy.
it's Hangman Page.
Hangman Page. See, I know his stuff.
His music.
No, like his entrance stuff with the
His
horses.
music.
Because it's got horses.
Right. And she loves horses. Do you like cowboys
Okay, that's disgusting.
and his chap?
He's wearing assless chaps, but he actually has pants underneath. That's so creepy.
got
Anyway, so
crossless chaps.
hey,
Those are
thanks,
chaps.
Steven. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Saying I have a voice is super Dalethea. I have a super voice.
Oh, good deal.
I don't know how great that
He's
is.
like your partners isn't so much.
What's that?
I said your partners isn't so much, but that's okay.
Luke says it's a company made of
She won
people
it.
that have offices in the cities it's in. Planet Comic-Con itself is a group, but the cons are like any and everything construed geek, nerd, and pop culture. Right?
So what's wrestling? Nerd? Pop culture?
Pop culture.
Is it?
He says the KC Con has comic writers, comic sellers, voice actors for popular anime and cartoons, huge popular movie and TV stars, wrestlers, and more. Yeah, I figured it was made up a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, that's what I've always seen. Sammy Guevara.
Guevara.
So we have 3 people coming down.
And Chris Jericho. This is our main event. This is that tag team match. This is
Uh,
part of the Inner Circle. We
that's
got
right.
introduced to earlier.
So we have
this is Sammy Guevara
Dustin,
and Chris Jericho
So Dustin Rhodes and the Hangman Page
against Jericho and
versus
Sammy Guevara.
Jericho and Sammy
Guevara. Spell it how you want so you can read it because it's not pronounced the way that it's spelled.
It's so funny because Dustin Rhodes looks so old. It's so sad.
Dustin's looked old since 2008.
He's looked old for the last 11
I didn't know he was
years.
still wrestling.
And
I know he
he's
was always backstage at WWE events because they would show, like when they would do backstage stuff, you'd see him back there in like a suit or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know he still wanted to wrestle.
So Lou says KC Con usually has 200 plus vendors and over 100 celebs that do autographs and panels. My question is, Luke, do you dress up ever for these Comic Cons?
Oh yeah, do you dress up? I don't even know what I would
Jericho.
dress like. I'd
You
probably
could
just wear a
like anybody.
t-shirt.
Just like anybody.
Like The Man or something. I wear my Becky Lynch shirt out and I think people just look at me funny. Because it says The Man. It's like it's a wrestling thing and it's a girl shirt. Calm down, everybody.
That's alright.
So he's got Jake Hager with him. Do we have to call him Jake Hager?
I thought it was Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar. He
Okay.
said Hager. So I'm just listening to what he said.
Oh, I'm like, what?
It's Hagar.
So Marcus Towers has a question for you.
All right.
Question. Who would be your top 5 wrestlers on the mic, 90s to present?
Hogan, The Rock are the two that just are shoot at me, right?
Right?
Bray Wyatt. And it has to be a wrestler. Because I would throw in Paulie Dangerously immediately.
Right?
But now now it's going to be nitpicking because there's so many good ones, right? Stone Cold and Chris Jericho.
There you go. There's your peeps.
So let's repeat them.
Hogan, The Rock, Bray Wyatt, Stone Cold, Chris Jericho. Your top 5 wrestlers on the mic.
On the mic. Straight mic work. You know, you could put Enzo Amore in there. Dude was really, really
He was
talented.
good on the mic. You could almost put Alexa Bliss in there. She's pretty good on
Alexa
the mic.
Bliss is good.
When
Like,
you
if
get
wanted to go with
when you get
females,
Becky going, she's pretty good. When you get her going.
Right.
When she get her up to speed, she can do pretty good. Luke says, and last year the after hours party on Saturday at the con was at a huge bar and the entire tab was paid for by Lawler, Ric Flair, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Tom Welling. Cool.
Yeah.
And he does dress up. What do you dress up like?
Like Ric Flair says, he spends more money on spilt liquor than most Americans make in a year.
Luke says his top 5 mic users are Cena, Punk, Miz, Bray, and The Rock.
Did he say Brock?
Bray and The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. I thought you said Brock. I was like, Paul Heyman does not count.
Maybe you should use your ears.
I'm watching wrestling.
Then watch wrestling and use your mouth.
I'm using... Anyways, Dustin has Jericho in trouble outside the ring. Jericho thrown over the barricade. This can't be the first time these two have ever met, right?
No way.
They've both
They
been
know each
wrestling
other.
since the mid-90s in WCW.
They're like, we're besties. They're like, we knew each other intimately.
So Sammy's getting beat up now.
Yeah, well, he's gonna throw a big old Dustin around. Dang. That kid's like tiny. How did he even beat what's-his-face? Cody. That's
Sammy
crazy.
Guevara?
Yeah. He beat Cody the other day,
Well, he should have. Cody can't be pushing himself, right?
right?
That's going to get old, too.
Which part?
Them losing all the time.
Oh, yeah, you can't
they're
lose
too
all
good.
the time.
So it's a
Did
very
you like that camera work?
up there in his face like that.
Yeah.
That's fine, as long as it's not all the time.
Huh.
Look at Paige. Fall away slam. And a little pop up. Over the top into Jericho crossbody. Look at Adam Page. That's a talented big man right there. That's what I like to see. The talented big guys. He took Jericho to the limit.
Yeah.
But Jericho beat him for the title.
He
This
did.
is who Jericho beat for the title, for the first ever AEW title. Hangman
Right?
Page. Page was supposed to wrestle Pac that night.
Applebee's has a new pasta and grill. Combos. Yum. Well, let's see. Luke says, I've dressed up as Taker, some anime characters, bought a professional Predator outfit, and
Ooh.
various horror movie characters. Nice.
It would be kind of fun. It'd be like the 4th of July, or not 4th of July.
Like Halloween.
This one, Halloween. That's one.
All the time.
Not all the time, but for the weekend,
It'd be like Halloween all the time if you went to every Comic Con you could.
right? Are they fun? I mean, obviously you jumped right at it and paid for
Yeah,
it.
they'd be hilariously fun. They have vendors and stuff there too. It's not just getting autographs from people, but they have vendors and
Is
everything.
it in like a stadium or is it outside?
It's like in a huge thing. It'd be like doing it at the our mini dome.
I know what you're talking
It'd be like doing it like at that kind of a
Okay.
place.
But is there things outside the event to do, like set up? Like, 'cause you don't want to just walk around a football stadium all day.
I
Like
don't.
when you want to go sit and eat at the cafeterias and do things.
I'm sure they have other food type. I'm sure they have food vendors too, sweetie.
Well, obviously, I'm
Are
gonna
you
go,
hungry?
I'm obviously going to go to one of these.
Yes, we're gonna have to go one of these times. Now I'm kind of curious what anime characters he dressed up as. And he said, when I met Trish and Lita, I was actually dressed up as Mickey James as part of a dare bet, LOL. They loved it and took pics of me on their phones and put them on their social media. That's funny.
That's great. Oh
So-
my gosh, Paige is going to get jacked on across the top rope. So
Oh,
he put him
wow.
on his shoulders like he
Yeah.
was going to do like a fall away or something. But then
Wow.
jumped and just left him so he dropped right onto the ropes.
Oops. Huh.
You got Jericho's back up. He's finally back in his corner.
Yeah. He's all up there doing his thing.
Hey, look at Jim Ross told us we'll be right back. Don't you dare go away.
Oh, that's sweet.
Isn't
He
that
told
kind
us
of
there
cool?
was a
Like
thing
an actual
happening.
commercial instead of just what Michael Cole does and just assumes you know that it's going to be a commercial.
Right? It's just gonna be a.
You're watching blah 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 and then it just fades into a commercial.
Right?
JR's like, yeah, we're going to a commercial. Don't you dare go away.
So Marcus Towers says his top 5 are Raven, The Rock, Jericho, Punk, and Cena. Honorable mentions are Road Dogg and Hogan.
Road Dogg was fun, right? Like, he was like an announcer. You know who else is really good? Is that Kennedy or whatever? Kennedy!
That's funny.
He was awesome because he could do the announcing stuff. He didn't do it, but just like the Road Dogg, they both can do their
What is
own.
that?
I don't know their
There's
commercials.
some interesting new cartoon on Adult Swim called
Oh, I don't.
What do they say?
I didn't see it.
Huh. Interesting.
So we got the draft coming up for that stuff this Friday, huh?
True.
We could talk
True,
about that right
on
after
Friday.
the show, I guess. Huh? We don't have to talk about WWE. Nobody's here to talk about WWE.
No WWE.
So right now we
Well,
got
they're talking about
Sammy
NXT a little
Guevara,
bit, but-
Chris Jericho versus Hangman Page, and who am I missing?
Dustin Rhodes.
And Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
That will be an interesting match. I'm digging it. So NXT, what's their main event going to be? It's got to be something good, right? Because we're getting closer to the end.
Yeah.
Got about 15 minutes left. Although, if people didn't notice, NXT went over last week.
They did.
So,
On purpose.
well, yeah, of course they're going all out, right? They did okay. They got a pretty good draw last week. I think it was like about around 800,000 fans watching live. And countless others that do it on DVR. But
Right.
anyways, that NXT thing is Walter is wrestling at Kushida tonight. That's their main event.
Ah.
Walter, he was the one. We were gonna watch that UK, but we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
He's their champion,
Oh, okay.
but it
Okay.
is a non-title match. If you guys didn't know, so it's a non-title UK heavyweight championship match on NXT tonight.
I think that's what they're showing right now.
Yeah, that's happening
Right.
tonight. But that's not Walter.
No, that's Pete Dunne, the guy that breaks fingers.
I like Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight.
Yeah.
So
He
I'm
wears
glad that
onesies
he's
and it's
over
weird.
on NXT. Huh?
I said he wears the onesies and it's weird. It's next
Yeah,
week.
it happens.
Damian Priest versus Pete Dunne's happening next week on
Right.
NXT.
And that's the stuff I'm talking about. Why not do your guys every other week since you only have a 2-hour show?
Right?
Stop using the same guys.
Yeah, stop using them. So Luke said he also works booths for the cosplayers. I've worked for the most popular cosplayer,
Spider-Man?
Jessica. I'm gonna say it's Najiri. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes.
I don't know her, so I can't say I know her their last names, how you
Cool.
pronounce it.
Kennedy!
There
I
are
see it on
places,
there.
yeah, there are places all over the city doing con events. Plus, they do cosplay competitions, gaming panels, and after-hour events at parties. Well, that's pretty cool. And we're back with AEW
Yeah.
and what's happening
Don't wanna
here in their
drop
main
off too
event.
much, but it was
Yeah.
getting a little droppy off.
We got Chris Jericho.
Jericho goes for it, but gets straddled, or he straddles the top or
I
the
guess.
second
I
rope.
think he was supposed to hit Hangman Page, but Hangman Page, like, crawled out of the way, so he couldn't get him.
Jericho straddles the second rope. That can't feel good on the old jewels.
No, not at all. He can't use that.
What?
No, 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 no.
Dikembe Mutombo?
Negri.
All right, Paige has got to be way stronger than this Guerrero.
That could
Guevara.
get you into a lot of trouble with that name. You have to
Guevara?
be very careful
Guevara?
with that name.
What is it?
The girl's name, the cosplayer, Jessica.
Yeah?
Yes. It's spelled Nigri. And he gave me the pronunciation. It's pronounced Negri. Negri. As I said, you'd have to be very careful. Don't say that too
And
fast.
that's the most famous cosplay person? Is she like
Most
a model?
popular? I don't know. Never looked her up, so you'd have to look her up to find out.
I'll have to. For sure. All right, so it looks
the
like
ref's
Jericho
called-
slowed it way down, but he's pounding on Paige. Paige is down on all fours.
The ref doesn't
Oh,
look
he
very
just
happy
slapped
with
him in the face. Well, it's because Jericho's a little dirty, right? We know that.
Well, of course he
Look at
is.
that, another big slap. Another big slap. What's he trying to do, piss Paige off?
Right?
The Hangman. Big ol'
Whoa.
elbow.
Ouch.
Look
And
at
next,
that.
he's throwing out some weird people. Imperium? Huh. Interesting.
All right, so is Hangman going to make it to the corner? Trying
No.
to go for the hot tag.
Yes.
Dustin's ready for it.
Is he going to get it?
He's going to
Oh
receive
my
it. It's
gosh.
happening right now.
Jericho
Nope.
already got his tag in, so
Oh.
not happening for the other side.
Guevara.
Hangman's going to get some more beaten up time
There's
here.
Big Walter over on NXT. Mm-hmm. He's a big, ugly guy. That's the way you want him to look, right? Just pound the shit out of somebody.
And Luke is saying, yes, you need to look her up. She literally invented the sexy cosplay genre.
Oh,
I will write her name down for
I
you.
will Google that later.
You're funny.
There it is. There's the hot tag. Dustin.
Oh, Dustin's
in.
in. He's going to
Oh.
beat up that little kid.
Guevara.
It's not very nice. Luke says he'll be right back. I'm
All
going
right,
to be
Luke.
right back, too. Don't watch me.
Don't judge her.
Don't judge me.
Look at that. 6'5". Look at that slap to the face. He's going to do his patented Randy Orton power slam. So now, did Randy get it from him, or did he get it from Randy, or did they train together? And both get it from somebody else, right?
Dustin and him?
Yeah, because they both do that power slam.
I don't know. Maybe they trained together with somebody, and
I'm
that's
sure
what
they
they
did.
did.
They're around the same age. They're both second, third generation guys, right? They grew up together. I'm sure that their dads were both there at the same time because they were. They're both 80s wrestlers in the NWA.
Yep.
So they're probably really close or don't like each other at all, right?
What is going on NXT?
That's Walter. He's the big
Versus
dude.
Kushida?
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
because he's the size difference.
There's
Yeah.
a link he gave you. Don't look.
All right. Not doing it right this second, but I'll try to get back on there. Oh, God! Jake got him. He just took him out.
Ouch.
Big old clothesline.
Holy
Referee
crap.
didn't see it.
Oops.
Paige is
crazy.
done. Paige is absolutely done. I doubt we'll even see him again tonight.
Probably not. He's way out there, outside of the ring.
Yeah, he got laid out
Yep.
by Sammy Hagar's brother, Jake.
That's crazy.
Jake Hagar. That's going to be a hard one for me to remember without saying Sammy.
Jake Hagar?
Yeah, Jake Hagar.
Because...
Jake took because the name. I don't
Oh.
know it. It doesn't even sound familiar. But Dustin's got it right now, right? He's in complete control. But with his tag team partner out of it, it's a handicap match. It's 1-on-2 right now. Oh, God. There's another one. The referee didn't see that. So Hager has now taken out Dustin in the middle of the ring.
And he hasn't seen any of that happening?
Referee didn't see any of it.
That's crazy.
So Jericho's going to end this right now.
Right?
That's horse shit.
Horse shit.
Oh, there's the elbow. The Judas effect. 2, 3.
Oh.
Your winners.
Jericho
Sammy
and
Guevara
Sammy
and
Guevara
Chris Jericho
are your winners for
Gosh.
that match tonight.
We kind of had an idea that that was going to happen. I didn't know that there was going to be interference.
That's so silly.
Jake Hager.
Huh. That's crazy.
Just a giant, just a big dude.
Right?
Jack Swagger for all you WWE fans that watched a few years ago.
Right? The ref's like, get out. That's funny.
That's just brutal. Now they're just beating Dustin. So obviously Cody's going to come down and help, right?
Somebody has to. Or help save him.
There's Paige's
Hangman.
back up.
He's all right now. He's like, I'll beat you all. I'll beat all of
he
you
missed it.
with your face.
Now he got jacked though. Big old lariat. Jake Hager.
Marcus says that Dustin
He's
just said
saying
something
Hager.
to Jericho after he pinned him.
JR is saying Hager.
Maybe it's Hager then. I thought they said when they introduced him
did.
earlier it was Hager. I thought that's what Jericho said.
So which one's right? Because are those different or do they just pronounce different? Is
Maybe you're
that
just
ketchup and
pronouncing it different.
catsup?
Ketchup and catsup.
Right? Is that what that is?
Right? It's a possibility. Ah,
Oh, lights just went
the
out.
lights went out. What happened?
Pure
What's going
black.
on?
The Undertaker,
I
we're going to
can't
see a
see
big
my
dong.
hand in front of my face. Who is it? What's going on?
We got about 5 minutes left, so what's happening?
What?
Oh, it's Cody.
Cody came out.
Sammy Guevara.
Maybe like almost like a weird Sister Abigail thing going on or what?
They say it, but I can't hear it.
Oh,
So I don't know what that was. The Crossroads, maybe?
maybe.
Oh! Santana and Ortiz just jumped Cody.
Oh, all of his buddies
So
came
now
out.
what's going to happen? Is somebody going to come help Cody? Young Bucks, maybe, now that they're out of that tournament?
Maybe.
Here it is. Who is it?
Somebody
with a chair.
and a suit.
MJF.
Oh, okay. It's MJF. He's down there helping.
Now the question is he going to get Cody or is he going to help the Circle? Because you got the Inner Circle. He said he's Cody's friend, is he?
Right?
We'll find out pretty soon. Oh, he attacked the
he
Circle
attacked the circle.
with a chair.
And he whacked him with it.
So why was Ortiz down? Did you see that? Why was he down? Oh, because he got hit in the stomach. Okay.
Yeah, he hit him in the
He hit
stomach
him
with
in
the
the
chair
stomach
first.
I was trying to
And
make that
then-
make sense because he was just down. Oh, he missed. Did you see that poor guy?
Oh. Oh.
Did you see what he did though? He jumped off the top rope, but his foot slipped.
Oh,
so he just fell.
Oh no.
And then Walter got him anyway.
That was on NXT, by the way,
Over on
that he's
NXT.
talking about. That he,
He just went to go for a move and he slipped.
right? That was
But
fast.
he was on the top rope.
I don't know if anybody knows what's happening on NXT right now, but on NXT,
But-
there's a Giant versus David.
Right?
It's a David versus
Uh-oh.
Goliath thing.
There's the Young Bucks.
there's
They're in the
Young
ring. They're
Bucks.
going
They're
to
coming
equalize
down.
this stuff, right? I mean,
Equalizing
obviously.
the circle people.
Damn. So Young Bucks maybe versus Ortiz and
Right?
Santana
Yeah,
next
the
week,
LAX
maybe?
peeps. That's a good possibility.
Setting some stuff up.
Marcus says, I wonder if AEW is trolling WWE with the lights cutting out like the Fiend right now.
Oh, I know. I know, and then have Cody standing there. They're like, that's not important. Turn the lights off and we'll run down there and turn them back on. Thanks. I'm just teasing. It is exciting. I like when it goes all dark like that.
Because then you don't know what's going
In
to
the
happen.
old days, they wouldn't have been able to do it because the lights in the old days had to warm up. So when they turned them off and turned them back on, they would be like... But nowadays, they're all those LED lights. They respond instantly, but...
Brandon likes the picture of Jessica.
Did you look it up?
I tried to look it up. I tried to look it up from his thing, but it wouldn't go to it.
Oh.
Who's this? Oh,
Darby.
is that guy?
That's Darby Allin.
Darby
So that's going to happen.
Allin
That's happening next week, those two.
coming down on his skateboard and attacking.
Oh, he brought a skateboard down? I didn't even see
He
that.
was riding his skateboard down.
I thought he was
and
just
that's
running, but maybe that makes sense.
And that's how he attacked.
Oh, God.
Now he's going to hit
He's
him
hitting
with
a
it.
skateboard. That's
Oh,
a deck. That's a full
ouch.
skateboard deck. That would hurt.
Ah.
Reminds me of an old 90s movie called Kids. They'd beat a kid up with a skateboard.
Right?
Brutal.
Look, we will. We'll look her up here in a minute.
Definitely look it up.
I wrote the name down so I have it so we can look it up. Because I'll have to spell it like 5 times. AEW.
I'm thinking that too, but it kind of sounds flat during the W.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's a good possibility.
Jericho's a perfect heel for them. He's
I
the
know.
Perfect,
He's so
perfect
mean.
guy in there.
But the last statement is what we're seeing standing in the ring right now. Yeah, the inner circle seemingly.
So the inner circle's been scared off by what? Dustin,
Cody,
Darby.
you idiots. You idiots.
Idiots.
We're the inner circle.
Taking control. Cody, November 9th. Darby, I'll see you next week in Philadelphia. It's your funeral, bitch.
Ooh.
Oh, we're gonna have a funeral next week.
Yes. Darby's funeral's next week.
MJF was in there.
And Cody's going to be
Cody,
in so much
the
trouble.
Young Bucks, Dustin. What a way to end it.
Right?
AEW.
So AEW ended it with that. Pretty interesting stuff they've got going on there.
Right.
And now we're going to watch the rest of NXT.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going right.
Yeah, because they're still in their little thing with Walter versus Kushida.
So this is their main event.
Yeah,
Kushida.
Kushida.
I had to look it
Walter
up.
versus Kushida.
So Kushida's already done a little bit of a flop in there. Like,
Right?
I gotta rewind that and watch that later after this is over.
Because that was pretty funny. And he's tiny, and Walter is like ginormous.
He's tiny, but I don't know how big Walter is. You know what I'm saying? Like overall height and weight.
They're saying AE-dub, not W.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Like,
Because
but
dub
for
stands
W.
for win.
Dub.
It's just a lazy way to say W. Dub.
Sure.
Give a W. When you win a game, you win. You get a dub.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Golden State Warriors.
Wow. They're really working hard at that, getting that big guy down.
So
Yeah.
AEW's over, so it's just NXT right now. It's Walter and Kushida. And
And
the
we're
crowd.
chanting NXT.
It's a very personal crowd there. It's a very small crowd. It's inside a little stadium there. I don't know how many people are seated in there. I don't know if NXT is going to start traveling or what they're going to do next year, but as of right now, they just do all their house shows in one spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they are going to, but they basically are just keeping in one spot and they're not going anywhere else. Which
right
is
now,
weird, but
their
good at the same
pay-per-views
time.
they're on the road. There's 2 more this year. Well,
Yeah.
no, 1 more this year. At Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah.
It's an NXT takeover, and then there'll be one first thing in January, around the 27th, somewhere around there, whatever that Saturday is,
Yeah.
and that'll be for the Royal Rumble.
Marcus is saying they only have 400 seats.
400?
That's
It's like a high school
ridiculous.
gym?
Right? Eagles Lair said Y2J and Katie Rose. Oh my God, this is going to be the #1 moment of the year.
Right?
And Brandon sent you a screenshot, I'm guessing, of
On my phone?
Jessica Negri. Yeah. And
I'll go
then
look at
Walter is 6'4" and 304.
So
Well, he's
pretty big
definitely
dude.
not a small guy. And the other guy's like tiny.
What'd you
know.
send it on Facebook? I don't ever get on there, so.
Facebook.
Oh, she looks great. She's a healthy looking girl.
She's a healthy looking girl. That's hilarious.
Well, she's not at all what I expected.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
I thought she would look way different than that. Yeah, that girl looks good. Good for her.
Luke liked your healthy looking, too. Healthy looking? Brandon liked it, too. You guys are funny. Yes, healthy looking.
Well, she's not what I was expecting.
Oh, Marcus says, correction, 500 seeds. Yes, that extra 100 seeds makes a huge difference.
It's still smaller than my high school gym.
That's funny. Who's going to do it? Who's going to get the bragging rights? Who? Who not so soon?
Well, we know
who's going to do it.
He just literally hit himself in the dick.
Oh, gosh.
Anybody else notice that? Little dick play in there.
I wasn't watching.
Walter had his hands between his legs and was holding him kind of by his dick because he was trying to do a stretch. And so he was like,
And he hit himself in his own.
Well, he was hitting his hand, but on his dick. Oh.
That's funny.
So it's funny because the crowd is so small and so intimate that you can hear them so well.
Right?
Like when they're quiet, they're all quiet, and when they're loud, they're all loud. So there's lots of wax and wanes.
That's funny.
I wonder if they kick people out if they say anything out of turn. Because they could hear you talk. Like your phone ring, you'd hear it.
They're like, get out! You're ruining the movie! Luke says, what were you expecting, Elvira?
Yeah.
Well, considering your normal attire that you like, Luke, yes. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
was thinking like dark-haired, short, big, like almost ridiculous-sized boobs, maybe. I don't know. Like I've seen some the Comic-Con stuff on YouTube. Like this guy goes around and just interviews people at Comic-Con. And I'm assuming it's Comic-Con because it's a bunch. But maybe it's one of those porn things. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's pretty funny. He just walks around and interviews people. But I don't know what channel it is or anything. I'm not subscribed. It just comes up in my feed every once in a while.
That's funny. Eaglesar said, that's the way to drop an atomic bomb on the show. Just let it hang out and see what happens next week. This is the way to do it. Eaglesar says, I like the unpredictability of these type of things. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, it was a great. I liked AEW
Luke
tonight.
says that hers are 34 triple Ds. Isn't that ridiculous enough? Sure.
I know people with triple Ds, so I'm good.
It's really ridiculous. Completely.
It's okay, sweetie. It's just right. Oops. Like, there's a lot of crotch play with Walter, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
His hands are all over the butt and the crotchal region.
He says, don't hate on my cosplayers. Nobody was hating.
Oh, no.
There was no hating. That was.
I would never, ever
We were
hate.
making a funny joke, inside joke, I guess, about your ridiculous enough.
Right?
So I guess NXT decided that no matter what, they're going to pull this I'm going to go over
They
thing.
have complete control over USA Network, right?
I guess. It seems
Raw
like
used
it
to
the
go.
last couple times.
Raw used to be able to go 15 minutes over. They used to go 15 minutes over, but I think they backed off themselves,
Right?
right? So that because they're ending right on the top of the hour now.
Right?
But now NXT's going over.
You're weird. You're weird.
This is a pretty good little match. Look at
For
that
a little
kid.
guy and a ginormous guy. Would you stop putting your feet on me? I don't want your feet.
Here it is.
Nobody wants your
There
feet.
it is.
bud.
Big power bomb.
Oh.
That's got to be it, right?
on, he's gotta be
1,
done.
2.
He's like, no, I'm not done.
Nexus, get down. Off. Nexus.
Sure.
Stop. Stop.
Jeez. This is awesome.
Walter
Butthead.
powerbomb ripped her microphone complete off.
Right?
Is it still working?
I don't know.
I'm sure it is.
Butthead.
The crowd's all saying this is awesome. Oh, that was a double smack. Then a big old clothesline. He clotheslined him so hard that the guy flipped back over on top of him.
So Luke's.
There it is.
Oh, I finally got it. So Walter wins over Kushida.
That.
Nice. So Luke said a couple of cosplayers are actually in a band I've worked for, and I met a lot of cosplayers, and a lot of them don't fit your stereotypical nerd girl image. No, probably not.
Right.
And Marcus said their list is 7 p.m. to 9:10 on his guide.
Oh,
So-
okay. So they just go ahead and just do it legit. There's still 2 minutes then.
Right. So he kept his stuff and everything like that, huh?
If Walter decides to like hit the gym and tighten up a little bit,
Yeah.
superstar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need to, but Vince is into looks. Like, he was very upset about Cain Velasquez.
Right.
I read a little report on that. I don't know how true it is, but that he was upset over his physique when he came out on Friday.
Right.
So that's next week.
He was
Keith
upset
Lee
that he
and
looked like he was a soft.
Dominic
soft-
Dijakovic. Dijakovic. Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest. So next week's NXT looks good.
Yeah.
Looks solid.
Like they're doing some
AEW
pretty
didn't
good
really
stuff.
advertise for anything except for the Jericho and Darby Allin match.
Yeah, the Darby Allin and him, and then
And then
him
there'll be a tag
and
team
Cody though on the 9th. He said November 9th. I'll see you, Cody. November 9th.
Yeah, we know that one. That's
Right.
at pay-per-view.
Right.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is who Finn Balor's married to.
This lady?
I'm pretty sure. At least that's what I was told, that it's a girl that does the...
NXT stuff?
No, you're not letting me talk. The YouTube stuff.
Oh.
And she's the old YouTube face.
Oh.
I don't know if she's still doing that, but now she's doing the AEW or NXT stuff.
Yeah. So Marcus said that Vince loved Chris Masters because of his physique.
Right, the masterpiece.
Get away from me. Why are you guys so being so weird? Don't touch me.
All right.
Go
That
away.
is over.
You're being
So that was a
obnoxious.
fun night. What?
They're
Art's
being
going on.
obnoxious. Get away from me. Obnoxious dogs. All up in my
Now,
business.
Don't get too close.
All right. Yeah,
All
that
right.
was pretty cool.
So we
that
just
was
did
pretty good.
AEW NXT. And
Yeah.
it was AEW's second show ever. Right?
Yeah,
Not counting their pay-per-views, but just their shows.
On the actual TV.
On TNT, on cable TV, whatever you want to call it.
Right?
And I'm wondering if the ratings are going to be up, if they're going to be down, if more people know about it, because they're advertising during Raw,
Yeah, they are.
right? I didn't see an advertisement on Fox. I don't even know if Fox advertised anything besides their sports that whole time that we watched SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
They advertised college football for the weekend. They advertised NFL over the weekend.
Right?
I'm assuming they'll start advertising for the World Series as it comes. Do you mean?
No, I was just... I didn't know if you wanted to keep talking about that. Because Marcus said, are we going to talk draft real quick?
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about the draft.
Go for it.
What do you have to say about
Talk
the
all
draft?
about it.
The draft is Friday and Monday,
Yes.
right? But it starts as Friday. So who do you guys think is going to be the number one overall pick? Well, first of all,
is it just going to be like
my
so?
question is who has the first overall pick? Because I have a feeling that whoever has the first overall pick is going to take that champion, but in the ladies. So if it's Raw, it's going to be Becky.
Right.
And if it's SmackDown, it's going to be Charlotte, just so they can do the women thing. But that's just my guess. And if not, if it's SmackDown, they might do Brock first. So.
And Luke says, my draft prediction is no one knows a damn thing that WWE is doing anymore.
No. But I mean, I look at it, if SmackDown has the first pick, they're going to pick Brock or Charlotte. Because they're already they're
They're the champions.
And then if it's Raw, then it's going to be Seth or Becky.
Right.
I wish they would take the tag teams together. But the problem that I have with that a little bit is that you could pick the New Day and get all three of them. Now, granted, I want the New Day to stay together.
Right.
But that's kind of a big get.
Right.
To have a champion and what would you call that? A tag team champion and a world champion.
Right.
Even though that Kofi's not the world champion anymore, but that would be a big.
And the New
get.
Day aren't tag team champions anymore, but that doesn't mean
They're
that...
not the champions anymore.
The New Day? No.
Oh yeah, they lost it.
Did the Revival win? Or
is that's how much they care about the tag team division that we don't even know who the tag team champions are. I know it's the glorious show-offs on Raw, but on SmackDown, if it goes more than
Revival.
I think it is too. If it goes more than a couple weeks, I have no idea what's happening.
Like, who are these people? I know nothing.
And then the other thing that could be a huge hit, right, is if they did Blissful Crossing as a tag team. Because then all of a sudden you get one of the best female wrestlers in the world.
Right.
And then Nikki Cross, right? And then you can easily split them at some point. And then you've got a top 3 woman, right? With Becky and Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And then Alexa, because Alexa's had more titles than Becky.
Right. Bye, Steven. Thanks for stopping in and being with us.
So now we're just talking a little bit about Raw and SmackDown.
Draft, yeah. So Luke said, I think SmackDown will draft stars that are popular and have international and pop culture appeal. Marcus says, Brock, Charlotte, Kofi on SmackDown. New Day, Seth, Becky is going to be Raw. Luke says, Raw will stick with more traditional wrestling gimmicks. And Marcus is saying no change whatsoever.
Yeah. As long as they get rid of the wild card and split it up evenly, it'll be fine. Brock on SmackDown makes SmackDown an A brand, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on Brock, but Brock to me is just a main event guy. That's it. So to see him on TV, it kind of tarnishes him.
Yeah.
And so I just want to see him do pay-per-views, and obviously the build-up shows, the go-home shows, and some after pay-per-view shows will be fine as long as it builds it up for the next one. I don't want to see him every week. That gets old. Seth Rollins gets old. Like, it gets old.
It does. He does.
But if Seth was on twice a month, he wouldn't be.
True.
I mean, they're burying Seth by having him on too much. They buried Roman by having him on too much.
Right. So the Fiend Bray Wyatt said that he's giving Travis a mandible claw. Right? Does that mean we need to shut up?
It just means that they don't agree with exactly what I'm saying, which is fine. I mean, nobody has to. It's just my
everybody's own opinion, and you have them too, and we like to hear them. Eagleslar says, for up-and-coming talent who are young and who are looking into this career, there are so many places to choose.
Anymore, right? You got New Japan. You've got
right.
TNA. It's not called that anymore. It's called Impact now. You've got, if you're a woman, there's that WOW, Women of Wrestling.
Yeah.
It was owned by Ginny Buss, but they did sell it to the TV company.
Right. And Eagle said also, as myself or anyone else who is looking into this industry, is a great time. There's so many places to pick.
Right. Ring of Honor.
Marcus says, Big Show 2.0, aka Braun, is going to be SmackDown. And Luke says, if WWE is smart, they'll put Seth and Bray on opposite shows as far away from each other as possible till the drama goes away.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do there, but I mean, I've heard that
either.
they definitely canceled some of their upcoming shows that they had them booked against each other.
Oh, I think that they better just stop with that. I think that is done. Like, they literally better never go back to it for a long time.
No reason.
Like, even if they kept them on the same show, fine. Just never have them have any kind of contact with each other, any kind of wrestling gigs together, nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Have them do anything together.
It's absolutely fine
Keep Seth the champion and just let him do his championship shit and then go on.
It's fine to do if Seth loses his title to somebody and then have him wrestle and then Bray beats him or whatever. That's fine.
Right.
But not as champion.
No.
If Seth's the champion and they do it, obviously we learned there's no way to make Bray look good and lose.
Right.
Right? It's just not going to happen.
Right.
And nobody wants to see Bray suffer right now. Like, at some point, like, it'll get older or something and then it's okay. Mm-hmm. But give it a year or two. Like, let it work its way through.
Right.
WWE's like, oh, this will be perfect. And it's like, don't do that. That's not perfect. There's no perfection there.
Right. Marcus says, is NXT even being discussed in the draft, or do they just get sent down? And Luke said, I don't know what NXT is doing. I don't think they're doing any kind of draft or anything. I don't really consider it a sent down anymore.
No, it's a crossover
I think NXT is either a crossover or it's its own entity. As in, it's like its own... like SmackDown and Raw are becoming their separate ways. So there won't be any wild cards. There won't be really any too much interchanging of people after the draft. And I think NXT is going to be the same. Unless you get moved to SmackDown or moved to Raw.
Right.
NXT is its own thing, considering that they have their own championships, they have their own belts. I mean, and all that stuff, and they always have. Why would you even remotely put them in the same? I mean, they're in the same category, but they're not, what would you say, a below anymore. They're pretty much even at this point.
Right.
Their talent's just different, and they may be up and coming talent that can be put into spots on Raw and spots on SmackDown, but for them to put it in the spotlight like they have, they can't really say that it's a below everybody else anymore.
Right.
They can't say it's the B move.
They're still going to take talent out of it.
Well, of course,
because
yeah.
it's a developmental league.
Right.
Like, that's what it's there for. Because they're not going to make another one and then call it something else, right? Mm-hmm. So they're still going to develop talent there that they want up on the other programs.
Right.
And so people from NXT are going to get drafted. That's the bottom line. There's guys that are going to come. I bet you Baszler gets drafted. Mm-hmm. Or I'm guessing that Baszler's going to get drafted for a female, and I guarantee the Street Profits are going to get drafted.
Probably at some point.
Friday, they're going to get drafted, or Monday. They seem to be on Raw a little bit more, but we'll see. But they're moving. They're going to SmackDown or Raw. I can almost guarantee that they're going to get drafted.
So Luke says, normally on draft night, NXT superstars can get called up, but I don't know about now. Marcus says, so are they getting main roster contract pay? And Luke said, Marcus, well, we know Finn is, right? And that's what Marcus said is right. So, I mean, that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I look at it as they're getting paid way less down there. Mm-hmm. And then when they get called up, they either get a 3 or a 5 year contract immediately. And I'm pretty sure they have to sign it, which kind of sucks for a lot of them, because if they get called up and they're like EC3, they're stuck there for 3 years.
Yeah, doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
I mean, in all reality, in your contract, you're stuck in your contract, but are you getting paid?
Yeah, you get paid. They're getting paid.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, because, some of those, it's however many times you make appearances or whatever.
Yeah, but they get
wrestle,
paid no matter what. And they have to make so many appearances a year. They'll have like 200 events in a year that they have to attend. But anyways, no, they're not getting main roster pay. And that's why I'm saying they're going to get called to SmackDown or Raw at some point as it moves forward. Or just pay raises down there, if you want to call it down there.
Marcus says that's going to split up Bianca Belair and Montez Ford from Street Profits if they get drafted.
Right. Almost guaranteeing they're getting drafted, though. There's no reason for them not to be drafted.
There isn't, but at the same time,
why wouldn't they? They lost their belts. They lost again the rematch.
Right.
And they're on Raw every week.
True, as talking and stuff. But will that really? I mean, even if they do that, though, that's not going to pop them up anywhere. I mean, considering what we see, what happens to.
I bet you he's too good of a talker and too good of an athlete to not be a Vince child. I guarantee within 3 months they're tag team champions.
So Luke said he heard that Casey Catanzaro quit NXT before draft in order to sign a fresh contract to be with Ricochet.
Huh. So it wasn't an injury?
Huh.
Because the thing was, it was her back, I believe, the injury that was reported.
And he says because she's been teasing coming to Raw to beat up women.
Right.
That's funny.
The Raw's women division is very strong at the top, but all in all, they don't utilize the other women. Like you don't see Fox, you don't see Tamina, you don't see Nia, but she's hurt. You don't see. There's so many women that they don't use. Barely use Natalya. Barely use Lacey Evans. They've got their 4 horsewomen and Alexa Bliss, so they got 5 women that they use every night, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, or 2 times a show, every show.
Right.
It's that same. They get stuck on their 5 stars, and that's all they use.
For a while.
That's what
sometimes
gets you.
They'll throw other people in there, but not very often.
But they still use those guys. They don't throw in other guys. Like Seth Rollins, that's the first Raw I haven't seen in like a year.
Right, which is kind of nice.
Which is
but,
a breath of
you know,
fresh air.
under unfortunate circumstances is why he's not there, but still.
Right, but it's a breath of fresh air.
King Cash is in our chat. Hey, King
Hey,
Cash,
King
nice
Cash.
to see you. Says tuning into AEW because WWE is disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, AEW is over for the night.
Yeah, it's all over. We're just sitting there chatting
Fiend,
now.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt said, I think that when it comes down to someone being WWE champion, they always have them on Raw or SmackDown too many times. It's more old than Travis. Plus, did my homie John Moxley win?
He did.
He did. He
Beat
win.
him fair and square.
Marcus says, then Belair is probably going to be on whatever show he's on since they're married. And I'm guessing that's Montez Ford. So
Is Belair the one with the long whip? The long whip hair?
Belair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Because I'm trying to figure out what her name is.
Right. And then Luke said Nia is too busy bullying the women on Total Divas and starting fights with Carmella. Right? That's not surprising. And Marcus says, yes, that's Belair.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why not? They might as well bring her up with her. She's ready, isn't she? For that women's division.
Yeah,
Bring them all up
possibly.
together.
Just bring everybody.
Or at least bring her up soon, but on to Raw if they get drafted to Raw. I have a feeling they'll end up on Raw.
Yeah.
But
That's a possibility.
I know that Fox wants the crossover sports athletes and what was the other one? There was something else that he was interested in, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
But obviously Brock, what's her name?
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Stuff so.
Oh, I was just saying, the Fiend Bray Wyatt says he's out. Guys, good night. I'll be back on Friday to deliver the SmackDown. All right.
Right. Well, we'll be here at 6.
The Fiend Bray
8.
Wyatt
So,
will be here.
so we probably should call it a night. Is there people still?
Just Luke said night, and then yes, that's Bianca. Luke said.
All right.
So.
Well, let's go ahead and call it a night. I'll see you guys on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
What time is that?
And we'll be able to
5
do our
o'clock?
show live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still, there's going to be all those little delays, so everybody's going to be off just a little bit, but
Yeah.
it just is what it is.
It is
But I
what it
appreciate you guys, and thank you for watching Wrestling Gab.
See ya.